Phoenix Nights. Chapter 3401. What Sun Ke couldn't handle was settled by Gu Fei's doppelganger. The old ancestor of the deity race, Yu Qiong, was defeated by Gu Fei's doppelganger. In order to survive, he was willing to be Gu Fei's servant and follow Gu Fei's orders. Therefore, Gu Fei's doppelganger placed a restrictive spell on Yu Qiong's spirit. If the old ancestor of the deity race disobeyed his orders, he could kill him with just a thought. Therefore, Gu Fei's doppelganger was not worried that Yu Qiong would betray him unless he was tired of living and wanted to die. With Yu Qiong's temperament, he would not be so stupid as to want to die. In fact, the longer one lived, the more afraid they were of death. When Gu Fei's doppelganger brought everyone out of the chaos, they found that it was extremely quiet outside. There was not a single cultivator in the entire Immortal Medicine Ridge. What's going on? Gu Fei's doppelganger was shocked to see this scene. Where did the demon god go? Shouldn't he be guarding the Immortal Medicine Ridge? The demon god who was supposed to be guarding the Immortal Medicine Ridge was nowhere to be seen. Moreover, there seemed to be a murderous aura shrouding the heaven and earth. Gu Fei's doppelganger felt that something was wrong. Boom! Just when everyone was bewildered, a loud noise was heard. Suddenly, a huge tentacle broke through the void above everyone's head and directly entangled them. On the huge tentacle, there were suction cups that were even bigger than small mountains. There were also extremely sharp teeth growing in the suction cups. If one was entangled by the tentacle, even if one did not die, a layer of skin would be torn off. This is Yu Qiong, who had just been subdued by Gu Fei's doppelganger, was shocked to see the tentacle that suddenly broke through the void and rushed out. He seemed to know the origin of the tentacle. At this moment, Gu Fei's doppelganger raised his head and looked up. At the same time, he waved his hand, and a series of extremely sharp sword lights immediately rushed out of his hand. In an instant, it turned into a shocking sword rainbow and pierced through the tentacle that was as big as a mountain ridge. A chilling sword energy spread out. Sun Ke and Yu Qiong, who were behind Gu Fei, immediately felt a chill in their faces. It was as if someone was holding a sword to their throats. Sun Ke and the others were shocked when they saw this. It was only a clone of Gu Fei, yet it possessed such a powerful battle prowess. It had truly exceeded their expectations. In fact, what they didn't know was that Gu Fei's doppelganger was a different kind of existence. Unlike ordinary doppelgangers, his doppelgangers could achieve self-growth and metamorphosis. Gu Fei's doppelganger could unleash 70 to 80% of his true strength. The sword light pierced through the tentacles that were as thick as a mountain ridge. Each sword light that penetrated through the tentacles brought with it a blob of purple divine blood. The purple divine blood rained down from the sky as if it was raining divine blood. Naturally, Gu Fei's doppelganger, Sun Ke, and the others would not be drenched by the purple blood rain. A divine shield emerged from their bodies and blocked the purple blood rain that was falling from the sky. As for the three gargoyle demons, they were directly drenched by the purple blood rain. The pure divine power contained in the purple blood rain was directly refined and absorbed by them. However, at this moment, Gu Fei's doppelganger looked up into the sky with a solemn expression. Rumble! That incomparably huge tentacle retracted, but the void was collapsing and collapsing. A figure that was even larger than a mountain broke through the void and entered this world. Soon, a huge black shadow appeared high up in the sky, blocking the entire sky. What? At this moment, even Sun Ke's expression changed. The huge existence in the sky was actually a huge octopus monster. Its tentacles fell from the sky and danced in the void. It's the Earth Spirit Clan! Old Ancestor Yu Qiong exclaimed in shock. On the back of the giant octopus, there were actually black mountains. On those mountains, there were pitch-black caves, and from each cave, an incomparably powerful aura could be felt. The Earth Spirit Clan liked to live in caves. They were a race that walked underground. But without a doubt, the Earth Spirit Clan was definitely one of the most powerful races in the entire Eastern continent. At this time, the Earth Spirit Clan's experts suddenly appeared in the Immortal Medicine Ridge. The other party's intention was obvious. Scram! Gu Fei's doppelganger stared at the octopus monster in the sky and said. His voice spread far and wide. Young man, you're too arrogant. At this moment, a figure walked out of the cave on the octopus monster's back. It was a tall, middle-aged man. So what if I'm arrogant? What can you do to me? Gu Fei's doppelganger looked at the middle-aged man and said disdainfully. Presumptuous. The middle-aged man's gaze turned sharp. He took a step forward and instantly appeared in front of Gu Fei's doppelganger. A powerful pressure emanated from his body and suppressed Gu Fei's doppelganger. Quasi-supreme. Gu Fei's doppelganger was a little surprised. This fellow was actually a quasi-supreme. No wonder he dared to plot against the immortal Medicine Ridge. Little fella, die. The quasi-supreme from the Earth Spirit clan didn't hesitate. He stretched out his right hand and directly grabbed at Gu Fei's doppelganger. The strength of a quasi-supreme surged from his body. However, Gu Fei's doppelganger laughed at this moment. Just as the quasi-supreme's right hand was about to grab Gu Fei's doppelganger, a huge hand suddenly stretched out from the side. Bam! A muffled collision sound was heard. A fist punched out from the void and hit one of the Earth Spirit clan's patriarchs, sending him flying. You! The Earth Spirit clan's expert was enraged, but there was nothing he could do. After he stabilized his body, his left eye swelled up. The punch just now had landed on his right eye. You what? Take another punch from me. Gu Fei's doppelganger's voice came out of the void. As he spoke, his fist suddenly came out of the void again. This time, although the Earth Spirit clan's expert was prepared, he was still punched in the right eye by Gu Fei's doppelganger. Roar. The Earth Spirit clan's expert roared continuously. The sound wave spread out in all directions. Even the cultivators who were thousands of miles away could hear his roar. At that moment, Gu Fei's doppelganger was still fused with the void around him. Not even the Earth Spirit clan's expert could sense his existence. This was the power of the 9 secrets of the immortal path. Soon, the handsome quasi-supreme from the deity clan was beaten into a pig's head by Gu Fei's doppelganger. Some K and old ancestor Yuqiong were shocked to see this. One had to know that the Earth Spirit clan's expert was one of the best. If Gu Fei's doppelganger were to offend him, there would be endless troubles in the future. Chapter 3402. As the ancestor of the Earth Spirit clan, Bai Wu. He was really unlucky today. He was beaten into a pig's head. If this got out, it would shake the entire east continent of the ancestral god realm. At this moment, Gu Fei's clone came and went like a ghost. The ancestor of the Earth Spirit clan, Bai Wu, lost his temper. Bang! A fist quickly enlarged in Bai Wu's eyes. It directly smashed into his nose. Gotcha! A sound rang out. His towering nose immediately caved in. Blood splattered. How dare you hit my face? The ancestor of the Earth Spirit clan, Bai Wu, was about to go crazy. The other party was too despicable. He was deliberately trying to make him lose face in front of others. This was too evil. Bai Wu spat out a few teeth that had been knocked out. Ha! I'll hit your face. What do you think? Gu Fei's doppelganger silently appeared in front of Bai Wu. He said while laughing, looking at the other party's swollen face. He was very happy. He was ruthless enough. One had to know. This kind of injury was not easy to heal. Because it was a great Dao injury. He gathered powerful Dao energy on his fist. It was a great Dao injury on Bai Wu's body. It wouldn't recover without a period of rest. I'll fight you to the death. Bai Wu was furious. His nose had been smashed. He looked very ferocious with blood all over his face. I don't want to fight you to the death. Little ones. I'll leave this guy to you. Gu Fei's clone said and flashed to the side. Then he took out a chair and sat down in the void. Then, out of nowhere, he took out a jade plate. There were many celestial fruits on the jade plate. He sat on the chair, holding the jade plate, eating the celestial fruits. He was ready to watch the show. You! Seeing how the other party was looking down on him, Bai Wu was shocked and angry at the same time. At this moment, 3 powerful demonic shadows were already closing in on him. Demon! When he saw that it was the 3 great demons who were closing in on him, he frowned. Bai Wu ignored the pain on his face. Because he could sense something from the 3 devil shadows. He felt a strong murderous aura. That person was eating immortal fruits at the side. The guy who was leisurely watching the show didn't have any killing intent towards him. Otherwise, he didn't know how many times he had died just now. However, Bai Wu was very clear. These 3 powerful demons had treated him as prey. At this moment, the Kraken, which is many times bigger than a mountain, is still hovering in the sky. The octopus was carrying a black mountain on its back. There were many cave dwellings on those black mountains. Some of the cave abodes were astonishing. He was actually breathing in and out the yin and yang energies. Moreover, not to mention the big shots on the back of the Kraken. The Kraken itself is an unimaginably powerful existence. The combat power of the octopus. He was definitely not weaker than Bai Wu. Such a powerful existence. He was actually willing to carry these guys who were weaker than him. This made Gu Fei's clone very surprised. One had to know. This was a world where the strong were respected. Do you want to gang up on me? Bai Wu said in a deep voice. His eyes that were so swollen that he almost couldn't open them shone with a bright light. Humph. So what if we gang up on you? That's right. Can't we gang up on you? Why are you talking so much with this guy? Let's do it. This guy seems to be okay. Devouring his divine Tao source. It will definitely increase our power. The Chaos Demon Ape, Supreme Yin Demon Spider, and Dragon Head Demon didn't seem to put this ancestor of the Earth spirit race in their eyes. A powerful demonic aura erupted from their bodies. The entire world instantly darkened. The wind and clouds changed color. The sun and moon lost their light. The aura of the 3 demonic experts affected the weather of this area. You all. Very good. Bai Wu was furious. Did these people really think of him as a sick cat? How preposterous. He could forget about that guy just now. But now even these 3 guys dared to look down on him. He didn't want to kill these 3 guys. It was really hard to get rid of the hatred in his heart. At this moment, in the mountains far away, the demon god and another expert of the Earth's spirit race were fighting fiercely. The entire mountain was shaking. Divine rainbow-like lights kept rushing out from inside. The entire mountain was shrouded in smoke and dust. 2 waves of power were reloading. That was the power of an ancestor. It was earth-shattering. This battle was earth-shattering. The entire mountain ridge had been destroyed beyond recognition. If it wasn't for the protection of the immortal medicine ridge, they wouldn't be able to protect it. Ancestor-level existences were so powerful. They were all quasi-supreme existences. Of course, there were also half-step quasi-supreme beings who called themselves ancestors, like Yuqiong of the deity race. At this moment, the Chaos Demon Ape and the other 2 stone demons also attacked. I should have beaten him long ago. Gu Fei's clone was lying on a chair. He directly grabbed an immortal fruit and threw it into his mouth. Boom! At this moment, the Chaos Demon Ape let out a strange cry. It directly clashed with the ancestor of the Earth's spirit race, Bai Wu. The 2 figures instantly separated. Then, they quickly moved in the air. The Supreme Yin Demon Spider also attacked. A black net was like a black cloud. It directly enveloped Bai Wu. It wanted to trap him in the net. Buzz! A sword hum came from Bai Wu's body. After that, a sword light instantly rushed out from his body. It directly tore open a long hole in the huge net that was enveloping them. Swish! Bai Wu directly turned into a ray of divine light. He rushed out of the big net. However, Bai Wu had just rushed out of the big net. A fist directly smashed towards him. It fiercely hit his head. Roar! Seeing that the person who saved him was the white-clothed young man, his expression immediately became ugly. Father! Don't try to be brave, the white-clothed young man said with a smile. This Hearing the white-clothed young man's words, the three gargoyle demons were even more shocked. This guy was actually the old man's son. His son was much stronger than his father. What did you say? You mean that your father, can't do it? The Bai Wu's expression became even uglier. No. How could my son think like that? The white-clothed young man still said with a smile. Humph. You don't say that. But you definitely think that in your heart, Bai Wu said angrily. Sigh. The white-clothed young man sighed. He didn't say anything else, in case he made more mistakes. His father's temper. He still didn't know. It was just that he was stronger than him. It just made him lose face. Logically speaking, the son was stronger than the father. The old man should be happy. But Bai Wu didn't think so. The son is stronger than the father. Interesting. Gu Fei's clone, who was watching the show, muttered to himself. Go away. I don't need your help, Bai Wu said as he strode forward. He wanted to continue fighting the Chaos Demon Ape and the other two gargoyle demons. Father, you fought for so long. It's time to go back and rest. The white-clothed young man didn't retreat. Instead, he said such words. You! Bai Wu was furious. His hands were shaking. All of you come together. The Chaos Demon Ape stared at the white-clothed young man. He said coldly. A terrifying murderous aura erupted from his body. That's right. Take down the father and son together. The middle-aged man transformed from the great demonic spider said with a solemn expression. You! Chapter 3403. The Chaos Demonic Ape and the other two demons did not seem to take Bai Wu and his son seriously. Bai Wu was enraged by their arrogant attitude. These three devils were simply too detestable. However, Bai Wu's son smiled at the Chaos Demonic Ape and the other two demons. He did not say anything, nor did he get angry. My son is more patient than I am. Gu Fei's doppelganger, who was sitting on a chair and eating a celestial fruit, murmured to himself. The young man's cultivation and combat strength were very strong. At least, he was much stronger than his father. Demons should be killed by everyone. The young man in white took a step forward and disappeared into the void in an instant. The Chaos Demonic Ape sensed danger in the next moment. He moved to the right without thinking. Almost at the same time, a light blade appeared in the void without warning and fell on the Chaos Demonic Ape. Although the Chaos Demonic Ape's reaction was fast, one of his sleeves was still cut by the light blade. This surprised him greatly. Humph! You want to kill me? You are not qualified. The Chaos Demonic Ape sneered. At the same time, he punched the void. The void, which seemed to be empty, suddenly rippled like water. A figure directly fell out of the void. This person was Bai Wu's son. Many people look down on me. Those who look down on me are all killed by me in the end. The young man in white looked at the three stone demons who were approaching him step by step. He was still very calm. This guy is very arrogant. Gu Fei's doppelganger heard the words of the young man in white. He could not help but think more highly of this expert from the Earth Spirit clan. This guy was definitely a formidable person. You talk too much. Kill! The middle-aged man who was transformed from the demon spider shouted. He waved his right hand and a pitch-black net flew out from his hand. It instantly enveloped the entire void. A chilly aura immediately spread out, and the void seemed to solidify. If it was an ordinary cultivator, he would have been frozen by the chilly power emitted from the demon net. However, the young man in white was not an ordinary cultivator. Swoosh! Suddenly, two beams of divine light shot out from the white-robed youth's eyes. One was black and the other was white. This was the yin-yang divine force. The sword light formed by the yin-yang divine force was incomparably sharp. As the sword light flashed, two large holes appeared in the demon spider's web. The great yin demon spider was shocked. This fellow had actually broken through its great yin demon net so easily. This fellow's battle prowess was definitely above its own. Even if it wasn't, it was on par with it. Two streaks of yin-yang sword light shot out from the white-robed young man's eyes. After piercing through the great yin demon spider's great yin demon web, they shot towards the great yin demon spider. Freeze! The demon spider roared angrily and a surge of extreme yin power erupted from its body. In the next moment, the two streaks of yin and yang sword light that had pierced through the air stopped in midair. The yin and yang sword light was actually frozen by the extreme yin power that erupted from the great yin demon spider's body. The great yin demon spider threw a punch forward and the two streaks of yin and yang sword light immediately shattered into countless pieces that scattered in all directions. Seeing this scene, the white-robed youth could not help but be surprised. These three demons were not as weak as he had thought. It should be known that not everyone could use the extreme yin power. At this moment, the middle-aged man that the great yin demon spider had transformed into emitted an extremely terrifying yin aura. The space around him seemed to be frozen. The chaos demon ape and the dragon head demon were not too close to the great yin demon spider. The power of the eye seal surged towards the white-clothed young man from all directions in an attempt to freeze him. However, everyone knew that it wasn't an easy task to freeze this white-clothed young man. Boom! As the cold air approached, the white-robed youth's body emitted a divine light of yin and yang. The power of yin and yang intertwined and actually blocked the mighty power of yin. However, even though he had blocked the extreme yin chill, the space around him was frozen by the extreme yin chill, and there was still cold air attacking his body. At this moment, the Chaos Demon Ape charged over. This demon ape was extremely ferocious, and the aura that erupted from its body was extremely powerful. Boom! With just a punch, the Chaos Demon Ape directly smashed the frozen space around the white-robed youth into pieces. Its fist that was surrounded by demonic flames directly smashed towards the white-robed youth. What? When the white-robed youth saw this, he could not help but be shocked. The demonic power that emanated from the opponent's fist was too powerful. Even a demonic mountain would not be able to withstand this punch. Bam! There was a muffled sound. The Chaos Demon Ape's fist did not land on the white-robed young man's face. Instead, it landed on his arms. The violent impact shattered the white-robed young man's sleeves. The white-robed youth was sent flying by the punch, and he was instantly sent flying thousands of feet away. Damn it! The white-robed youth felt as though his arms were about to break. It was extremely painful, but the bones in his arms did not break. He actually managed to block the Chaos Demon Ape's punch. Little fella, your bones are really tough. The Chaos Demon Ape laughed as it took a step forward in the void. With just one step, it had already caught up with the white-robed youth who was sent flying backward. Then, it threw another punch. Without any suspense, the white-robed youth was once again sent flying by the Chaos Demon Ape's punch. Who was the Chaos Demon Ape? It was a group of demons that specialized in strength. The Chaos Demon Ape was very surprised that the white-robed youth was able to take a punch from the Chaos Demon Ape. Whoosh! Just as the Chaos Demon Ape sent the white-robed youth flying again, the dragon head demon finally made its move. A beam of demonic light shot out from its hand and pierced through the white-robed youth who was sent flying backward. Within the demonic light, one could vaguely see a battle spear vaguely. Yin and Yang rotation, change of heaven and earth. The white-robed youth roared furiously and immediately displayed the Yin and Yang magic that he had cultivated. The power of Yin and Yang surged from his body and evolved into a black and white Yin-Yang diagram. This is Gu Fei's clone, who was leisurely watching the battle from the sidelines, could not help but be surprised when he saw the white-robed youth's magic. With his eyesight, he could naturally see through the white-robed youth's move. Then, the void around the white-robed youth began to ripple. All the killing moves that were coming at him were all shifted away by the power of Yin and Yang. This magic! The eyes of Gu Fei's clone lit up. The magic that the white-robed youth displayed was similar to the chaotic reversal, one of the 9 secrets of the immortal path. Die! Without any hesitation, the 3 golem demons charged together. 3 extreme demonic powers erupted at the same time, and the powerful impact caused the void to constantly crack open pitch-black spatial fissures that resembled lightning bolts. Rumble! The three golem demons were getting serious. The void around them constantly exploded, only to be repaired by the power of the world. Ganging up on me? Your grandpa is here. Come, let's fight to the death again. Bai Wu was worried that his son would not be able to handle it. After all, it was 1 against 3. No matter how powerful his son was, he still had to be cautious. As he spoke, Bai Wu had already made his move. Powerful extreme-grade divine power erupted from his body as he directly attacked the dragon head demon. The powerful force sealed the void in a corner of the world, sealing off all of the dragon head demon's escape routes. The dragon head demon had no other choice but to fight Bai Wu. Powerful energy waves spread out in all directions, causing everything to tremble. The aura of extreme Tao spread out, causing countless living beings to panic to the extreme. I can handle it, the white-robed youth said. Don't talk nonsense, let's fight! The Chaos Demon Ape roared angrily. He immediately turned into a golden light and disappeared into the void at an extremely fast speed. In the next moment, his fist had already smashed into the white-robed youth's face. Roar! The white-robed youth roared angrily. He desperately circulated the divine power in his body as if he had gone mad. Rays of divine light turned into sword light and directly pierced towards the Chaos Demon Ape and the other 2 demons. He was risking his life. He had no choice but to do so. These 3 fellows were too powerful. Even though his father had stopped one of them, there were still 2 demons eyeing him covetously. Rumble! The 3 figures moved quickly in the void. The white-robed youth displayed his divine power and fought against the Chaos Demon Ape and the Great Yin Demon Spider at the same time. Rays of immortal divine light constantly rushed out of the white-robed youth's body, piercing through the void. The Chaos Demon Ape and the Great Yin Demon Spider were suddenly hit by the divine light that suddenly erupted from the other party's body. However, such sharp divine light did not even leave a mark on their bodies. What? The white-robed youth couldn't help but be shocked. These 2 fellows' physical bodies were so powerful. How was this possible? How did they do it? He was very curious, but he was even more shocked because the other party had an almost immortal physical body. This was definitely not a good thing for him. Bam! Due to a moment of carelessness, the white-robed young cultivator was struck by the Chaos Demon Ape's fist once again. This time, the sound of his bones breaking could be heard. Then, the white-robed youth was sent flying. He couldn't believe that the other party's strength was even stronger than before. He could actually injure him. Unbelievable, this was absolutely unbelievable. The white-robed youth really didn't expect the Chaos Demon Ape's combat strength to suddenly soar. Chapter 3404. The consequences of a wrong estimation were very serious. The expert of the Earth Spirit Clan, Bai Chen, was really too conceited. He thought that he could fight against 3 gargoyle demons at the same time. However, he did not know that the 3 gargoyle demons were already demon sovereigns in the demon world before they were refined into gargoyle demons by the ancestor of the gods slaying demon palace. After being refined into gargoyle demons by the ancestor of the gods slaying demon palace, they were even controlled by the ancestor of the gods slaying demon palace and fought everywhere for him. It could be said that the Chaos Demon Ape and the other 2 gargoyle demons were terrifying demons that had walked out of a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood. They had rich battle experience, and were definitely not something that Bai Chen could compare to. Haha, little fellow, do you know how powerful I am? The Chaos Demon Ape stared at Bai Chen and laughed. His eyes flickered. He was no longer a pure puppet. His divine soul that had sunk into depravity was gradually recovering. It was the same for the Supreme Yin Demon Spider and the Dragon Head Demon. Back then, they were refined into gargoyle demons by the ancestor of the gods-slaying demon palace and barely retained a wisp of their divine soul. Even so, the strand of soul was in a deep slumber. It was only because Gu Fei had awakened the sleeping strand of soul with a secret technique that they regained their independent consciousness. They were very grateful to Gu Fei. You guys are pretending to be pigs to eat tigers? Baichen stared fiercely at the Chaos Demon Ape and said while gritting his teeth. TSK, we're just playing with you. Do you really think that we see you as a real opponent? The Chaos Demon Ape said disdainfully. This little fellow thinks too highly of himself and overestimates himself, said Tyron. He was the human form of the great demon spider. Ever since he followed Gu Fei, no one knew where he found a set of Taoist clothes. The dragon head demon had transformed into a black-clothed man. This guy had a fierce face, a full beard, and eyes the size of copper bells. With such a dignified appearance, he could definitely scare a child to tears. Why are you talking so much? Do you guys still want to play? Master didn't ask us to come here to play, the dragon head demon said in a low voice. Hearing the dragon head demon's words, the expressions of Tyron and the Chaos Demon Ape turned solemn. At this moment, Bai Wu stood beside Baichen. Alright, I'm done playing. I'll send you and your son on your way. The Chaos Demon Ape stared at the two experts from the Earth Spirit clan and said in a deep voice. Then, a terrifying murderous aura exploded from his body. The murderous aura was vast and mighty, and the temperature of the entire void rapidly dropped under the impact of the murderous aura. The great demon spider transformed into a Tai human, and the dragon head devil transformed into a ferocious-looking strong man also emitted a shocking killing intent. The three great demons stared at the Bai Wu father and son pair. This should have happened long ago. In the distant sky, Gu Fei's clone spoke. He sat on a chair and ate immortal fruits, leisurely watching the show. At this moment, Xingke couldn't help but be moved when he saw the scene. He also wanted to see how strong the three gargoyles were. The three gargoyles were serious. Three figures shrouded in demonic light directly pressed towards the Bai Wu father and son pair. The entire void seemed to solidify. The Chaos Demon Ape and the other's strength seemed to have merged together. The powerful coercion caused the surrounding void to collapse and be annihilated continuously. It was terrifying. At this moment, the Bai Wu father and son pair looked incomparably solemn. The cultivation and strength of the three demons had far exceeded their expectations. Die! The Chaos Demon Ape roared angrily. Just as he was about to attack, an incomparably huge tentacle suddenly fell from the sky and entangled the three gargoyles. What? The Chaos Demon Ape and the others were inexplicably shocked. They hurriedly dodged the tentacle. There were countless suckers on the huge tentacle, and the suckers were filled with incomparably sharp teeth. If they were entangled by such a tentacle, the consequences would be unimaginable. The Chaos Demon Ape and the others hurriedly scattered. The octopus monster was attacking. Powerful waves of divine power swept across the sky. Many powerful figures appeared on the mountain ridges on the back of the octopus monster. The people of the Earth Spirit clan are really strange. They actually live in a cave. Earth Spirit, the creatures under the earth? Gu Fei's doppelganger muttered to himself. The octopus monster of the Earth Spirit clan was simply a huge moving battle platform. None of the figures on the back of the octopus monster was weak. All of them emitted an incomparably tyrannical aura. Humph! With us here, how can we allow you demons to hurt our clansmen? An old voice came down from the sky. Humph! If you want to fight, let's fight. Why are you talking so much nonsense? The Chaos Demon Ape revealed his arrogance. He directly soared into the sky and rushed towards the mountain ridges on the back of the octopus monster. In an instant he arrived in the sky. I'll send you on your way with one punch. The Chaos Demon Ape roared and directly punched the mountain ridges on the back of the octopus monster. The power of the extreme Tao erupted. Rumble! The entire world trembled. Even the octopus monster was affected. Feeling the danger, it instinctively reacted. 8 tentacles that were as long as the mountain ridges danced in the air, then entangled the Chaos Demon Ape. One of the tentacles seemed to have turned into a demonic spear, piercing towards the Chaos Demon Ape. Boom! The Chaos Demon Ape's fist collided with the tentacle that had pierced through it, and a dull thunder-like sound erupted. At the same time, The remaining 7 tentacles were about to entangle the Chaos Demon Ape. A mass of demonic light rushed out of the Chaos Demon Ape's body. This mass of demonic light instantly enveloped the Chaos Demon Ape. Above the demonic light, there were demonic runes faintly appearing and intertwining. The 7 huge tentacles immediately submerged the mass of demonic light. However, in the next moment, a mass of demonic light broke through the 7 tentacles and rushed out. Roar! The Chaos Demon Ape broke free from the tentacles, then roared towards the sky. Its voice shook the sky, then it spat out a weapon. It was an embroidery needle-like object. However, the green embroidery needle-like object quickly grew in size, finally turning into a long green rod. This rod was refined from demonic path black gold. It was a powerful demonic treasure. The Chaos Demon Ape stretched out its right hand and directly grabbed the black gold rod. Then, it raised the rod with both hands and smashed it towards the mountain ridges on the back of the octopus monster. The black gold rod moved quickly in the void. Wherever it passed, the void was annihilated. Moreover, when the black gold rod smashed down, the rod rapidly grew in size. Like a pillar supporting the sky, it smashed towards the octopus monster. The octopus monster's 8 tentacles blocked upwards, but this time, when the black gold rod fell, the octopus monster's 8 tentacles were instantly shattered into countless pieces. What? The Earth Spirit Clan experts on the back of the octopus monster were taken aback when they saw this scene. The sky was actually raining blood. That was the octopus monster's divine blood. At this time, the black gold rod in the Chaos Demon Ape's hand was still smashing down. It was about to smash the octopus monster and the mountain ridges on its back. However, at this crucial moment, a large hand suddenly reached out and grabbed the azurewood magic wand that was about to smash down. The Chaos Demon Ape only felt the black gold rod in its hand vibrate. The huge hand actually blocked the black gold rod that was smashing down. How is this possible? At this moment, a figure appeared in the void. It was an old man in black. The old man's hair and beard were all white, but his face was rosy and full of vitality. He seemed to casually wave the hand that grabbed the black gold rod, and the Chaos Demon Ape was sent flying with the black gold rod. How is this possible? The Tie-In Demon Spider in human form and the Dragon Head Devil in human form were inexplicably shocked when they saw this scene. They were well aware of the Chaos Demon Ape's combat strength, but none of them expected that the Chaos Demon Ape would be so easily shaken off. This is starting to get interesting. Although Gu Fei's avatar was a little surprised to see this, he did not show too much of an expression. He had no intention of making a move and continued to watch the show. Roar! After the Chaos Demon Ape steadied himself, he couldn't help but roar at the sky. Then, he directly attacked the old man with the black gold rod in his hand. He was extremely ferocious. A violent aura erupted from the Chaos Demon Ape's body. Little guy, are you courting death? The old voice sounded again. The person who spoke was the white-haired old man with a youthful complexion. How arrogant! Let's see if you have the ability to kill me! The Chaos Demon Ape did not stop. He waved the black gold rod in his hand and let out a strange cry. Then, he swung the rod at the old man's head. However, a scene that shocked the Chaos Demon Ape happened. The old man punched upwards and collided with the black gold rod that the Chaos Demon Ape had swung down. With a dull thud, the Chaos Demon Ape felt an irresistible force coming from the black gold rod in his hand. The black gold rod shook off the Chaos Demon Ape. In the next moment, the old man's figure disappeared into the void. At this moment, Sung Kei, who was standing beside Gu Fei, also disappeared. Boom! 2 figures collided in the void. Then, they dashed out of the void and moved quickly in the sky. At this moment, the Chaos Demon Ape was dumbfounded. The person who saved him was Tsang Quebec. Tsang Kei was extremely experienced in combat. As soon as the old man disappeared, he also disappeared. The old man's speed was too fast, but Tsang Kei's speed was not slow either. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to stop him. Chapter 3405. When the Bai Wu father and son were in danger, an old man from the Earth Spirit clan made a move in time and deterred the Chaos Demon Ape and the other two Demon clan's experts. The Chaos Demon Ape and the other two were no match for the old man from the Earth Spirit clan. The old man even grabbed the Chaos Demon Ape's green staff and flung it away. Sun Ke had no choice but to make a move. Gu Fei's clone was still watching from the side. He could not just watch the Chaos Demon Ape and the other two get killed by the old man from the Earth Spirit clan. The two figures moved quickly in the void. Both Sun Ke and the old man were extremely fast. Those below the level of an ancestor could not see them. These two fellas. Many people were watching the battle in the sky. The news of Sun Ke taking back the Immortal Medicine Ridge had spread long ago. The impact of this battle was also very big. After all, both sides had used the power of the Extreme Path. The aura of the Extreme Path spread for thousands of miles. It was impossible not to startle people. The cultivators near the Immortal Medicine Ridge were all alarmed. Some of them ran away as far as they could. On the other hand, some experts were extremely excited. A battle between experts of this level was hard to come by. Since they had encountered it, they naturally would not miss it. However, only existences at the level of an ancestor were qualified to watch the battle. Only they could see Sun Ke and the old man from the Earth Spirit clan. Boom! The chaotic golden rock's power exploded. Sun Ke was using his ultimate move. Endless divine power spread out, and a chaotic golden rock that was as huge as a mountain appeared in the sky. The chaotic golden rock spread its wings and the surrounding void collapsed. The vast divine power of the chaotic golden rock destroyed the void and crushed everything, turning this part of the world into chaos. At the same time, a heaven-devouring power spread out from the chaotic golden rock's body and pulled the old man from the Earth Spirit clan over. Sun Ke. The old man allowed the heaven-devouring power to pull him over, but his eyes were extremely sharp. When he arrived in front of the chaotic golden rock, he slapped it with his palm unhurriedly. The old man's palm strike caused the golden crow in front of him to immediately crumble and turn into streaks of chaotic golden rock chi. A powerful figure walked out from within the boundless divine power. Bam! Sun Ke clashed head-on with the old man and the two figures separated quickly. Then, they stopped in the void and stood opposite each other. Old man, you're still alive? Sun Ke stared at the old man in front of him with a trace of shock on his face. He finally recognized the old man. He was a peerless figure from the Earth Spirit clan. This peerless character was practically invincible in the entire Eastern continent. He was even able to contend against the geniuses from the Central continent. He was one of the strongest existences in the entire ancestral god realm at that time. However, this person suddenly disappeared when he was at the peak of his life. Some people said that he was defeated and died, while others said that he did not die and he just went into seclusion. There were many legends about this person, but no one knew which one was true and which one was false. The people from the Earth Spirit clan did not mention a word about this person. For some unknown reason, this person was regarded as a taboo by the Earth Spirit clan and the clansmen were not allowed to talk about this person. However, this person had appeared again. If Sun Ke had not seen this person before, he might not have recognized this person. I can't believe that the little guy from back then has become the ancestor of the Earth Spirit clan. The new generation really excels the old one. The old man sighed. You were such a hero back then. How did you become like this? Sun Ke looked at the old man in disbelief. Back then, this person's name could intimidate many heroes and make many ambitious and ruthless people bow down to him. But now, this person had actually turned into a skinny old man. This change was simply too big. Back then, Xiong Tian was such a hero. Of course, in the current world, the name Xiong Tian had been forgotten. In the current world, there were not many people who still remembered this name. The world is unpredictable. Anything can happen in this world. What's so strange about it? Xiong Tian, an expert of the Earth Spirit clan, said indifferently. Xiong Tian, Xiong Ba Tian, this name could not be used by anyone. Now, Xiong Tian had become a small old man. However, His combat strength was still so strong that Sung Ke, who was once a supreme god ancestor, felt great pressure. Really? Even heroes have their twilight. It's no wonder. Let me send you on your way. What do you think? Sung Ke smiled. You? Xiong Tian smiled. This little guy actually wanted to kill me. If it was me in the past, this little guy would have died many times. Stop talking nonsense, you two. Hurry up and fight. At this time, a voice was heard from afar. When Sung Ke heard this voice, he knew that it was Gu Fei's doppelganger who spoke. It turned out that Gu Fei's doppelganger was getting impatient. These two fellows kept fighting and stopping. How long would it take for a victor to be decided? Swoosh! Sung Ke disappeared in the void. In the next moment, when he reappeared, he was already in front of Old Man Xiong Tian. He threw a punch at Old Man Xiong Tian. Boom! Sung Ke's fist emitted a dazzling chaotic golden light. The void was directly shattered and destroyed. This punch seemed to be able to destroy everything. Interesting. Old Man Xiong Tian immediately retreated, leaving behind a series of afterimages in the air that hadn't dissipated yet. However, Sung Ke's fist followed him and continued to smash towards Old Man Xiong Tian. The chaotic golden rock divine power exploded and shattered the void. Little guy, not bad. You can hit me with a little more strength. Old Man Xiong Tian said expressionlessly. He was still retreating and did not attack. He did not seem to be in a hurry to deal with Sung Quebec. However, just as Sung Ke and Old Man Xiong Tian were fighting, a divine mountain flew over from afar and floated in the void. An extremely powerful aura spread out from the divine mountain, suppressing the entire sky to the point where it seemed like it was about to collapse. At the peak of the divine mountain, a young man in black stood with his hands behind his back. He stared at the two strong cultivators who were fighting in front of him. His eyes were shining brightly. Around him, there were images of the azure dragon, the white tiger, the vermilion bird, and the black tortoise. The images of the four ancient divine beasts were faintly discernible. The aura they exuded was shocking. Who is this person? He has such an aura, someone said in shock. You don't know him? Someone said something like that. Who is he? Is he famous? Someone said disdainfully. Those who dared to watch from the side were all arrogant. No one would admit that they were inferior to others. He's the young master of the deity clan. You actually don't know him? You're too ignorant. Did you come from a remote place? Someone said disdainfully. What? He's the young master of the deity clan? Everyone was stunned. The deity race's young master's fame had already spread throughout the entire eastern continent. However, this fellow was mysterious and unfathomable. Not many people had seen his true appearance. I heard that the young master's cultivation is already catching up to his father's. Looks like it's true, someone said. The deity clan was a great clan in the eastern continent. There were many experts in the clan, especially the leader of the deity clan. He was publicly recognized as one of the strongest existences. This was also where the deity clan's confidence came from. It was also why the deity clan dared to snatch Sung Ke's food and occupy the immortal Medicine Ridge. However, the deity clan would never have imagined that Sung Ke had Gu Fei backing him up. Sung Ke could go against the deity clan without any worries. If he didn't have Gu Fei backing him up, it was unknown whether Sung Ke would dare to go against the deity race. The young man from the deity clan is here too, Elder Tinxiong said. At this moment, Yiqiong was already hiding somewhere. He didn't dare to appear in front of the young master of the deity clan. He didn't want to be removed from the clan. The young master of the deity clan? Gu Fei's clone, who was sitting on a chair in the sky, leisurely watching the battle, heard those people's words. That incomparably arrogant guy was actually the young master of the deity clan. That black-clothed youth came from the divine mountain. His arrogance and insufferably arrogant made Gu Fei's clone feel disgusted. Yiqiong, where are you? Gu Fei's clone said. Although his voice was soft, it was still heard. At this moment, the black-clothed youth on the divine mountain seemed to have heard Gu Fei's clone's words. He turned around and looked at Gu Fei's clone. Master, don't! I don't want to be removed from the deity clan. Yuqiong's voice rang in Gu Fei's clone's mind. I don't care. Hurry up and take down that young master of the deity clan, Gu Fei's clone said impatiently. Yuqiong, who was hiding in the dark, hesitated for a moment, but in the end, he still walked out of his hiding place. Elder Yu, so it's really you. The black-clothed youth was surprised to see Yuqiong. Wasn't Yuqiong supposed to be guarding the immortal medicine ridge? When did he come out? How dare you leave your post when you're not at the immortal medicine ridge? The black-clothed youth on the divine mountain said. His gaze became fierce and fierce. Leave your post without permission? I've had enough of you and your son. I'm going to rebel. Do you understand? I'm going to rebel! Yuqiong roared furiously. His face turned sinister. What? Rebel? The black-clothed youth was shocked and furious. One should know that Yuqiong was an elder of the deity clan. An elder's betrayal was definitely something that could shake the entire ancestral god realm. What did you say? Are you crazy? Chapter 3406. At this moment, many powerful existences had gathered in the vicinity of the immortal medicine ridge. Many powerhouses were still rushing over. Just as Sun Ke was fighting the legendary old man Tianxiong of the Earth Spirit race, the deity race's young master arrived on the divine mountain. This shocked many cultivators. The deity race's young master was a little mysterious. In the entire ancestral god realm's eastern continent, only a few people had seen his true appearance. Even at this time, his appearance was still blurred and no one could see his face clearly. The aura of the deity race's young master merged with the aura of the divine mountain beneath his feet. The two blended into one. Those old fogies were shocked to see this scene. This young master of the deity race truly lived up to his reputation. Everyone was surprised by the young master's strength. At this time, Gu Fei's clone ordered old ancestor Yuqiong to personally capture the young master of the deity race. Although old ancestor Yuqiong was extremely unwilling, he had no choice but to act. Because he didn't want to die, the young lord was out of luck. Elder Yu, what are you doing? Seeing Yuqiong approaching him step by step with ill intentions, the deity race's young master couldn't help but be indescribably shocked. Could it be that this fellow had really rebelled? Humph! Yuqiong smiled bitterly. What else can I do? I'm going to capture you and hand you over to Master. The deity race's young master couldn't help but fly into a rage when he heard this. You really want to rebel? You should know the consequences of betraying the deity race better than anyone else. I have no choice. I have no choice. Do you think I'm willing? Yuqiong was furious. Who would be willing to betray their own race if they weren't under someone else's control? You're being controlled? I can save you, the young lord said. Ha ha! As soon as the deity race's young master finished speaking, a loud laugh came from afar. Swoosh! The deity race's young master's gaze immediately fell on the person who had let out the laughter. It's you? How dare you control my clansmen? You're courting death! The young lord stared at the guy who was leisurely eating an immortal fruit on a chair. This guy was Gu Fei's clone. He almost burst out laughing when he heard the young lord's words. This guy dared to threaten him? Who is the one courting death? Gu Fei's doppelganger said disapprovingly. Humph! Two beams of divine light shot out from the eyes of the deity race's young master, who was standing at the peak of the divine mountain. The two beams of divine light instantly transformed into two light blades that cut through the void and slashed at Gu Fei's clone. On the other hand, Gu Fei's clone merely stretched out two fingers and flicked them casually, but the two light blades were deflected. What? The young master of the deity race on the divine mountain couldn't help but be moved when he saw this scene. Little fellow, surrender yourself! At this moment, Yuqiong had already arrived in front of the young master of the deity race. Ha ha, Elder Yu, it looks like you've gone senile. You actually dared to ask me to surrender? The young lord of the deity race said coldly. Looks like this Yuqiong is determined to rebel. Of course, he knew that Yu Qiong had no choice but to do so. Yu Qiong was an ambitious person after all. He would do anything to survive. However, no matter what, Yu Qiong must be punished for his betrayal of the deity race. There was only one way for the deity race to deal with traitors, and that was to kill. Then I'm sorry. Yu Qiong did not waste any more time. He took a step forward and extended his hand. 5 beams of divine light shot out from his hand and transformed into 5 divine chains that wrapped around the young lord of the deity race on the top of the mountain. At the same time, the divine mountain beneath the young lord of the deity race trembled. A vast wave of divine power immediately spread out from the divine mountain. A layer of divine light enveloped the entire divine mountain and the young lord of the deity race on top of it. The 5 divine chains that shot out from Yu Qiong's hand were immediately blocked by the layer of divine light on the divine mountain. They could not even get close to the young lord of the deity race. However, in the next moment, Yu Qiong clenched his fist and smashed it towards the layer of divine light. When his fist collided with the layer of divine light, his fist turned golden. Bam! With a muffled sound, Yu Qiong's golden fist smashed through the layer of divine light that emerged from the divine mountain. His golden fist smashed into the divine mountain beneath the young lord of the deity race's feet. The divine mountain immediately shook. However, to Yu Qiong's surprise, the divine mountain was only shaken by his golden fist. It did not receive any impact. Since you have betrayed the deity race, then hand over the Dao bone, the young lord of the deity race said. His tone was extremely firm. Yu Qiong had an extreme Dao bone on him. It was an important treasure of the deity race. Come and take it if you can, Yu Qiong said as he shook his arm. An extreme force immediately erupted from his arm and dispersed the layer of divine light around him. Kill! The young lord of the deity race was infuriated. He roared and waved his hands. Black energy rushed out from his hands and transformed into a shocking sword light that slashed towards Yu Qiong. Buzz! Yu Qiong's body vibrated. Then, a ball of golden light emerged from his body and enveloped him within it. The streaks of sword light slashed at the golden light barrier around Yu Qiong's body and directly shattered it in the void. The young lord of the deity race was shocked and quickly retreated. However, he was still one step too late. Yu Qiong's right hand quickly expanded and grabbed the young lord. Roar! The young lord of the deity race was shocked and angry. He roared towards the sky, his voice shaking the sky. He was venting his dissatisfaction. He desperately urged the energy in his body to break free from Yu Qiong's hand. However, Yu Qiong had already fused with the golden Dao bone. However, the young lord of the deity race also had some good stuff on him. This was also the reason why Gu Fei's clone wanted to capture the young lord of the deity race. At this moment, a divine mountain charged towards Yu Qiong. A wave of extreme Dao-level energy rippled from the divine mountain. Not a bad treasure! When Gu Fei's doppelganger saw the black mountain, his eyes lit up. This magic treasure could unleash the power of the extreme Dao realm. At this moment, the divine mountain had already collided with Yu Qiong's fist. Yu Qiong felt a powerful force coming from the divine mountain, causing him to take a few steps back uncontrollably. What? Yu Qiong was shocked. Although he was an elder of the deity race, he was not a quasi-supreme being. Therefore, no one knew what was hidden in the depths of the deity race's ancestral ground. Just as Yu Qiong was distracted by the sacred mountain that was charging towards him, the deity race's young master, who was in his hands, took the opportunity to break free. As soon as the young master of the deity clan broke free, he immediately attacked Yu Qiong. A golden Dao bone appeared in Yu Qiong's hand and an extremely tyrannical aura spread from the golden Dao bone. The young lord's eyes lit up when he saw the golden Dao bone in Yu Qiong's hand. He knew that the golden Dao bone was also an important treasure of the deity race. But now, the golden Dao bone was in Yu Qiong's hand. At this moment, Yu Qiong was serious. He attacked with all his might, wanting to capture the young lord in the shortest time possible. However, the young lord of the deity race lived up to his name. His cultivation was extremely powerful. It was definitely not an easy task for Yu Qiong to capture the young lord in the shortest time possible. The two experts started fighting. Both of them possessed powerful Dao weapons. Their cultivation and battle prowess were equally matched. It was difficult to determine the winner of this battle. Rumble! The entire world was shaken by the two vast and mighty forces of the extreme Dao. Just as Yu Qiong and the deity race's young master were fighting, the demon god's battle had finally come to an end. The demon god's strength was unparalleled as he tore his opponent into two. He was extremely ferocious. The battle between Sun Ke and Old Man Tianxiong was also difficult to determine. Although Old Man Tianxiong looked thin and weak, his cultivation and battle prowess were frighteningly high. Even Sun Ke, who was once a supreme god ancestor, felt great pressure when facing such an existence. At this moment, more and more experts heard the news and rushed over to the Immortal Medicine Ridge. They wanted to watch the show. In the sky outside the Immortal Medicine Ridge, the four experts were fighting. Old Man Tianxiong was extremely powerful. He forced Sun Ke to continuously retreat. This made Sun Ke extremely sullen. He was almost unable to fight back against an old man. Roar! Sun Ke roared angrily. The chaotic golden rock's divine power exploded from his body. The entire void collapsed and a pitch-black spatial crack appeared. These spatial cracks rushed towards the distance like lightning. Divine rock spreads its wings! Sun Ke shouted loudly. His two divine wings immediately tore through the clothes on his back as he charged out. A violent aura exploded, causing the cultivators who were watching the battle nearby to be extremely terrified. After that, clanging sounds rang out incessantly. The golden feathers on Sun Ke's wings flew up one by one, and then they transformed into streaks of sword light. The golden feathers turned into sword radiance, and directly broke through the void. In an instant, it slashed in front of Old Man Tianxiong. The cold sword chi spread out, causing the surrounding temperature to drop rapidly. This is... Among the cultivators watching the battle from afar, many of them were old antiques who had lived since ancient times. When they saw Sun Ke's divine power, they couldn't help but be moved. This was the chaotic Golden Rock clan's killing technique. The golden feathers turned into sword radiance that could destroy everything. Chapter 3407. Old Man Tianxiong truly lived up to his name as the most stunning existence in the ancestral god realm during the primordial era. His first move was already extraordinary. He opened his mouth and sucked in, swallowing all the sword lights that were slashing towards him in an instant. Seeing this scene, everyone was shocked. This kind of method was too shocking. Even Gu Fei's doppelganger couldn't help but be surprised. Tianxiong Elder was much stronger than he imagined. Sun Ke's figure suddenly appeared in front of Elder Tianxiong the moment he swallowed the sword light. Then Sun Ke used all his strength to send a punch towards Elder Tianxiong's face. The power of the chaotic golden rock erupted. The powerful energy wave that erupted from Sun Ke's fist directly shattered the surrounding void. Bang! In the next moment, Sun Ke and Tianxiong Elder separated as a deafening explosion resounded in the void. The two experts moved quickly in the void, fighting continuously. At this time, Demon God Venerable had already dealt with his opponent, and walked out from the sky full of dust. However, just as Demon God Venerable came out, another powerful figure rushed over from afar and directly attacked Demon God Venerable without saying a word. Since you're courting death, I'll fulfill your wish, Sun Ke said as he turned into a yin-yang divine light and pierced towards Tianxiong Elder. Wherever the yin-yang divine light passed, the void was annihilated. Tianxiong Elder didn't dodge. When Sun Ke's yin-yang divine light was about to penetrate his divine body, a ball of divine light emerged from his body. Boom! Sun Ke's yin-yang divine light instantly collided with Tianxiong Elder's light shield, causing a loud noise. Tianxiong Elder's protective light shield was shaking violently. However, Tianxiong Elder's protective light shield successfully blocked Sun Ke's killer move. This made Sun Ke very unhappy. Do you think you're qualified to kill me? Tianxiong Elder stared at Sun Ke, who appeared in front of him, and sneered. What did you say? Song K couldn't help but get angry. This guy was obviously scolding me indirectly. How hateful. Humph. I'll say whatever I want to say. What's it to you? Old man Tianxiong said disdainfully. Your mouth is on your body. I don't care what you want to say, but I can kill you, Song K coldly said. His eyes flickered with an ominous glint as a powerful killing intent radiated from his body. He wasn't joking, he truly wanted to kill old man Tianxiong. At Song K's level of cultivation, once he had the intention to kill, he would need to see blood to resolve it. TSK! Don't joke around, you can't kill me! Old man Tianxiong said disapprovingly. It was as if he did not place Song K in his eyes at all. This caused Song K to be extremely furious. He was once an extreme Tao Supreme Being, an invincible existence in the 9 heavens and 10 earths. Now that he had fallen from grace, he was bullied by a dog. It's not that I want to criticize the two of you, but the two of you are too long-winded, spouting so much nonsense. When will the victor be decided? At this moment, a voice came from the sky. When old man Tianxiong and Song K heard this, they were infuriated, but there was nothing they could do. The one who spoke was the doppelganger of Gu Fei, who had nothing to do. In the eyes of Gu Fei's clone, this battle between Song K and old man Tianxiong was simply a waste of time. The two of them spoke too much nonsense, and many people were starting to get impatient. Kill! Song K didn't hesitate, and immediately charged towards old man Tianxiong. Countless golden rays shot out from his body and turned into golden Tao patterns that flew towards old man Tianxiong to seal him. A powerful sealing force burst out from those golden Tao patterns, and the entire void of heaven and earth seemed to have frozen in an instant. Old man Tianxiong felt his body tighten as he was suddenly sealed by a sudden force. Right now, even moving a finger became abnormally difficult. This is... Elder Tianxiong's shock was no small matter. Without a second thought, he circulated all the divine power in his body in an attempt to break the seal that was suppressing him. However, in the next moment, the sealing force became even stronger, and the sound of bones grinding against each other could be heard from old man Tianxiong's body. Just as Elder Tianxiong was about to be hit, a fist appeared directly above his head and ruthlessly smashed into his skull. Old man Tianxiong felt his vision go black, and he was almost knocked unconscious by the opponent's fist. He was enraged. This junior actually dared to treat him like this, he really deserved to die. Seeing this scene, the experts of the Earth Spirit clan were dumbfounded. How dare this fella hit the old man's head? Roar! Elder Tianxiong was enraged. A terrifying amount of godly energy erupted from his body. In the next instant, cracks appeared in the void, as if it were an exquisite piece of porcelain that had been shattered. What? Song K immediately used the chaotic Golden Rock clan's supreme divine power, the 9 seals. 9 primordial Tao runes rushed out from his body and landed on old man Tianxiong's body. Damn it! Old man Tianxiong had already started to move, but the moment the 9 primordial Tao runes landed on his body, he was once again sealed. Swoosh! A golden light flashed by, and in the next moment, old man Tianxiong's head that was sealed by the 9 primordial Tao runes fell to the ground. How dare you! At this moment, a loud roar came from the sky. Then 9 figures descended from the sky, and every single one of them emitted a shocking divine power. The 9 experts from the Earth Spirit clan attacked at the same time. The 9 experts stood in a very specific position, and they formed a terrifying killing formation. The 9 experts' power was linked together because of this killing formation. In other words, this killing formation could gather the power of the 9 experts and unleash an earth-shattering attack. With such a powerful force and such a terrifying attack, even a quasi-supreme being would have to retreat and not face it head-on. Song K originally wanted to continue attacking and destroy old man Tianxiong's primordial spirit, but the 9 experts from the Earth Spirit clan had already arrived. Boom! The 9 experts unleashed their attacks, and the void that was sealed by Song K immediately shattered. The sealing force was also shattered. At the same time, the 9 powerful figures surrounded Song K, and the formation runes in the void were faintly visible. Old Man Tianxiong's head flew up into the sky and into one of the caves on the back of the monster octopus. Old Man Tianxiong lost this battle, and he even lost his body. Only his head was left, which made Old Man Tianxiong feel extremely humiliated, but he couldn't die. A 9-man formation? At this moment, everyone was surprised to see that the Earth Spirit Clan was willing to use a 9-man formation to save Old Man Tianxiong. Is this the Earth Spirit Clan's divine ability? Someone said. The 9-man formation was very powerful, and the Earth Spirit Clan didn't always need 9 people to act together, but it was different now. Even Old Man Tianxiong wasn't Sun Kei's opponent, let alone the others. Sun Kei, today is the day you die. A black-bearded middle-aged man among the 9 experts stared at Sun Kei, who was trapped in the formation, and said coldly, "TSK, don't joke around. It's better not to say such brainless words," Sun Kei said with a smile. "Why are you talking so much to him? Let's do it," a tanned, skinny middle-aged man said impatiently. Kill! The 9-man formation was activated, and a terrifying killing intent surged out. The void that was enveloped by the formation instantly shattered and turned into chaos. Sun Kei was directly smashed into the chaos. The 9-man formation of the Earth Spirit Clan was extremely powerful, but the 9 people who formed the formation were only half a step away from becoming an old ancestor. In the primal chaos, Sun Kei relied on his genuine extreme divine physique to allow the power of the 9-men killing formation to annihilate him, but it was unable to harm him at all. Die, all of you! Sun Kei roared furiously, and a terrifying power immediately erupted from his body. Then, an unimaginably powerful sword light charged out from his body, directly slicing through the space between heaven and earth. It actually broke through the power of the 9-men killing formation in an instant. He used the extreme divine weapon. What? The 9 half-step old ancestors were shocked. At the same time, a powerful force came back at them, and they were all hit by it. One of them spat out a mouthful of blood and looked exhausted. Let's fight him! The 9 half-step great ancestors didn't expect Sun Kei to be so powerful. They had no choice but to fight with their lives on the line. If he broke the 9-man killing formation, the backlash from the killing formation would be enough to destroy their bodies and souls. Why was the 9-man killing formation so powerful? It was because the 9 fellows who formed the 9-man killing formation could no longer turn back. They could only move forward bravely. Once a person was pushed to the edge of life and death, he would be able to unleash a much more powerful force. Rumble! The 9-men killing formation operated crazily as the 9 half-step great ancestors desperately exerted the divine power in their bodies and poured it into the killing formation. 9 annihilating sword lights appeared in the killing formation and floated in front of the 9 half-step great ancestors. This is starting to get interesting. Gu Fei's clone's eyes lit up when he saw this. The people from the Earth Spirit Clan were not completely useless. The guy who created the 9-man killing formation was definitely a genius in the field of formations. Only such a person could lay down such a killing formation. Chapter 3408. The Earth Spirit Clan could become one of the most powerful clans in the East Continent of the ancestral god realm not because of luck, but because of strength. Look! Look! As soon as the Earth Spirit Clan's 9-men killing formation appeared, the weather changed, the sun and the moon dimmed, and the terrifying murderous aura made all the cultivators' hearts palpitate. However, the Earth Spirit Clan wanted to deal with Sun Kei, who was once a supreme god ancestor in the ancestral god realm. Even though his cultivation had fallen from the supreme god realm, his divine body was still extremely strong. Even the strength of a quasi-supreme master could not hurt Sun Kei's divine body. Buzz! Meanwhile, a rumbling sound resounded from within the 9 slaughter formation, and then a scene that caused everyone to be dumbstruck appeared. The 9 rays of Sword of Annihilation that pierced towards Sun Kei were actually blasted away by him. An extremely strong divine power burst out from Sun Kei's body, and the whole 9-men killing formation shook. The 9 quasi-great ancestors of the 9 men-killing formation suffered a great impact at the same time. The weaker ones spat out a mouthful of blood and suffered internal injuries. How could he? A middle-aged cultivator in the 9 men-killing formation said in shock. The strength of Tsung Kei's divine body was far beyond everyone's expectation. At this moment, Tsung Kei seemed to have turned into a terrifying god of war. He was extremely ferocious, and he kept punching the 9 experts in the 9 men-killing formation with his fists. The violent power kept exploding, and the void kept collapsing under the bombardment of Tsung Kei's fists. Even the chaotic chi was blown out by him. At this moment, the 9 men-killing formation was operating, and the 9 figures disappeared. Tsung Kei could not sense where the 9 experts of the Earth Spirit clan were. The powerful thing about the 9 men-killing formation was that the people and the formation became one. The formation was the people, and the people were the formation. The strength of the 9 experts could be gathered together to launch a shocking attack, or they could be separated. At this moment, there was a shocking change in the 9 men-killing formation. Within the range of the 9 men-killing formation, the void became chaotic, as if a chaotic world was being born. Tsung Kei, who was inside the 9-person killing formation, was in big trouble. He kept roaring in the primal chaos. He wanted to break through the primal chaos and break out of the 9-person killing formation. However, the power of the 9-people killing formation was very strong. Even someone as strong as Tsung Kei, who had the strongest divine body, could not escape from it in a short time. Just as Tsung Kei was trapped in the 9-man killing formation, old ancestor Yu Qiong and the deity race's young master started fighting. "You're crazy. Do you know what you're doing?" The young master of the deity race roared at old ancestor Yu Qiong. He couldn't believe that this guy dared to attack him. "Cut the crap. You're unlucky today." Old ancestor Yu Qiong attacked as he spoke. He was completely unafraid of the divine mountain beneath the deity race's young master's feet. He punched the divine mountain again and again. Heavy crashing sounds rang out continuously. The deity race's young master's divine mountain was shaken by ancestor Yu Qiong's fists. After all, old ancestor Yu Qiong was from the older generation. His cultivation realm was very high. After all, he was an ancestor. Even if he was not a real ancestor, his combat strength should not be underestimated. The deity race's young master was shocked and angry. However, he had the divine mountain to protect him. Old ancestor Yu Qiong could not defeat him in a short time. Near the immortal medicine ridge, apart from these 2 battles, there was another place where people were fighting. It was the experts of the Earth Spirit clan attacking the demon god. There was no doubt that the demon god was powerful, but the Earth Spirit clan's old ancestor was also very powerful and had powerful battle prowess. Damn it! The demon god attacked in anger. Naturally, he did not hold back. The demon god's power exploded from his body and turned into countless light blades that slashed at the Earth Spirit clan's ancestor. Seeing that, the Earth Spirit clan's ancestor directly disappeared into the void. The light blades formed by the demon god's power only destroyed an afterimage. The demon god was shocked. This guy actually mastered such a divine ability. The Earth Spirit clan was indeed full of crouching tigers and hidden dragons. "Get in here." At that moment, the void around the monster god's body suddenly collapsed and shattered. The monster god felt his body tighten as a powerful devouring force instantly enveloped him and pulled him into the chaos. The power of the void? The demon god released the demon god's power and blocked all the primal chaos that was coming toward him. The surrounding primal chaos couldn't get close to him. Ha ha! The Earth Spirit clan's ancestors' laughter suddenly resounded in the surroundings. The laughter came from all directions, causing the demon god to frown. What a cunning guy! The demon god couldn't sense the opponent's exact location. However, a powerful wave of divine consciousness spread from his body. As long as the guy hiding nearby dared to come near him, he would be able to sense his existence. However, the cunning guy didn't seem to be in a hurry to attack. Just as Venerable Demon God fell into a passive state, another group of experts arrived. It was the deity race's reinforcements. The leader was a middle-aged man with a tall build. He was clad in black armor without a helmet. "Young lord, we're here." The middle-aged man shouted in the direction of the deity race's young lord. "Very well, Yu Qiong has betrayed our clan. You guys came just in time. Come and help us capture this guy and let the lord deal with him." The deity race's young lord's voice was heard. "What?" Hearing the deity race's young lord's words, the deity race's experts couldn't help but be shocked. Ancestor Yu Qiong rebelled? How could this be possible? "Young lord, what did you say? Yu Qiong rebelled?" A fair-skinned and chubby middle-aged man walked out from behind the middle-aged fighter. As he spoke, he strode through the void and charged in the direction of the deity race's young master. However, the next moment, the chubby man was sent flying and coughed up blood. It was obvious that he was severely injured in an instant. Seeing this scene, the deity race's experts were inexplicably shocked. "Yu Qiong, are you really going to do it?" the deity race's young lord roared. "Humph! I can't be bothered to talk nonsense with you," Yu Qiong said coldly. As he spoke, he punched the divine mountain again. Boom! The divine mountain trembled with a loud bang. The deity race's young lord suffered a great impact from the fist energy. A trace of blood seeped out from the corner of his mouth. "Kill!" At this moment, an angry roar was heard. Then, a saber light descended from the sky and fell directly on Yu Qiong's head. The extremely sharp saber light cut through the void, as if it was going to split the world in half. "Seal!" Yu Qiong hurriedly formed a seal with both hands and pushed upwards. 9 divine runes rushed out from his hands, each emanating an immortal aura. The 9 divine inscriptions sealed off a part of the void. The saber light that descended from the sky was immediately frozen in the void, sealed by the 9 divine inscriptions. At the same time, a figure descended from the sky and stepped on the void that was sealed by the 9 divine runes. In the next moment, the entire void collapsed. What? Yu Qiong couldn't help but be shocked when he saw this scene. He knew who it was. He was extremely unwilling to fight this guy, but he had no choice but to do so. The person who attacked Yu Qiong was the middle-aged warrior who had just arrived. The middle-aged warrior was extremely powerful. Not only did he break the void that Yu Qiong had sealed with his foot, but he also continued to step on Yu Qiong. Sky flipping palm! Yu Qiong roared and slapped his palm at the middle-aged warrior. In the next moment, his palm collided with his opponent's huge foot, and a muffled sound was heard. Roar! Yu Qiong roared. He only felt a wave of power passing through his hand and directly shook him. His body trembled and his entire body immediately flew backward. At the same time, the middle-aged warrior was also pushed back by Yu Qiong's palm strength. The two experts collided head-on, but there was no winner or loser. However, the vast and mighty energy waves that spread out shook the heavens and the earth. The entire void rippled like water. At this time, the young master of the deity race also rushed over and joined forces with the middle-aged warrior to capture Yu Qiong. Who was Yu Qiong? How could he be captured so easily? The three great experts fought together, causing the entire chaotic void to boil. It was extremely terrifying. More and more cultivators gathered near the immortal medicine ridge. Most of them only watched quietly from afar. Only the strongest experts would watch the battle from a close distance. At this time, Gu Fei's clone shook his head. Among these three battles, only the Earth Spirit Clan's 9-man killing formation was interesting to him. Rumble! The void constantly shook and was annihilated. The 9-man killing formation formed by the 9 great experts of the Earth Spirit Clan was frantically operating, wanting to obliterate Tsang Ke in the formation. However, it was impossible for Tsang Ke to die so easily. He had a divine body of the extreme grade. Only the extreme grade Dao weapon could hurt him. Other Dao soldiers could not hurt him at all. To Tsang Ke, if his opponent did not have an extreme grade Dao weapon, he would have already won. There was no need to fight anymore. But now, the power gathered by the 9-man killing formation was extremely strong. Otherwise, it would not have been able to trap Tsang Quebec. Kill! The 9 great experts roared at the same time. The power of the 9 great experts instantly gathered together and turned into a divine reed, which pierced through Tsang Ke in the formation. Even Tsang Ke, who used to be an extreme great god ancestor, could not help but be shocked by the explosion of the divine reed. Damn it! Tsang Ke had no choice but to directly spit out a flying sword. As soon as the flying sword appeared, a shocking sword she immediately appeared between heaven and earth. Chapter 3409. The Earth Spirit Clan's strength was not to be underestimated. At this moment, the Earth Spirit Clan was blocking Tsang Ke's group with their own strength in the Immortal Medicine Ridge. Tsang Ke's group had already taken back the Immortal Medicine Ridge from the Heavenly God Clan, but the Earth Spirit Clan's powerful attack changed the ownership of the Immortal Medicine Ridge. The Earth Spirit Clan seemed to be determined to get the Immortal Medicine Ridge. Therefore, they sent several ancestor-level experts to take the Immortal Medicine Ridge away from Tsang Quebec. At this moment, the power of the 9 men killing formation erupted. The terrifying power sealed the entire void, trapping Tsang Ke in the killing formation. Roar! Tsang Ke kept roaring inside the 9 men killing formation. How dare you! You want to trap me? Dream on! Tsang Ke roared. He opened his mouth and spat out a sword light. The moment the sword light appeared, the temperature of the entire world dropped rapidly under the impact of the shocking murderous aura. Swoosh! A beam of immortal sword light cut through the world, creating a pitch-black crack in the void. The beam of sword light was like a hot knife through butter, directly breaking through the killing formation of the 9 people. Ultimate Divine Sword? Everyone was extremely shocked when they witnessed this scene. Especially the members of the Earth Spirit Clan, their eyeballs were on the verge of falling to the ground. The formation diagram of the 9 men killing formation was directly cut in half by Tsang Ke's sword. 2 people in the 9 men killing formation were directly cut by the sword light. Their bodies and souls were destroyed in an instant. Not even a trace of blood was left behind. This was probably the most thorough way to die in the world. The 9 men killing formation was broken. The Earth Spirit Clan finally couldn't hold on anymore. Tsang Ke was finally serious. He even used his final trump card. At that moment, the sword light of the extreme path, which had split the formation diagram of the 9 men killing formation in half, instantly rushed out and disappeared into the void. The terrifying sword chi also retreated like a tide. Fortunately, Tsang Ke did not slash in the direction of the Immortal Medicine Ridge. Otherwise, the entire Immortal Medicine Ridge would have been split in half by this immortal sword light. No one at the scene said anything. They were all dumbfounded. No one had expected such an ending. The 9 men killing formation was simply a joke in front of Tsang Quebec. Of the 9 powerhouses in the 9 men killing formation, 2 were killed on the spot, while 7 others suffered the impact and fled in all directions. Trying to escape? Hand over your life. Without any hesitation, Tsang Ke activated his extreme sword weapon. 7 immortal sword lights shot out of his body and instantly caught up with the 7 half-step great ancestors of the Earth Spirit Clan. The speed of the 7 sword lights was so fast that the 7 half-step great ancestors of the Earth Spirit Clan did not even have time to scream before they were killed by the sword lights. Their bodies and souls were destroyed, and even their belongings were destroyed by the sword lights. How dare you! How dare you kill my clansmen! You're dead meat! Just when Tsang Ke killed the 7 half-step great ancestors, a furious roar came from the sky. A powerful and terrifying figure appeared on the back of the octopus. The aura emitted by this figure was much stronger than Old Man Tianxiong's. Humph! Killing 2 is killing, killing 9 is also killing. Since your Earth Spirit Clan wants to go against me, I'll kill as many as you come. Tsang Ke stared at the figure and said coldly. Since when did this fella become so domineering? Gu Fei's clone, who was watching the show from afar, was surprised to see Tsang Ke's domineering attitude. Good! Very good, very good. The figure on the octopus's back was furious. He leaped from the octopus's back and pounced at Tsang Quebec. A powerful wave of energy exploded from the figure. Let me see who you are. Sung K dared not delay. A sword light shot out from his body and slashed at the figure that was pouncing down from the sky. The sword light was like a dragon, soaring into the sky. That person laughed and disappeared into the void, like a shadow dissipating in the void. What? Oh no! Sung K was taken aback when he saw that, and he dashed forward without hesitation. At this critical moment, a palm silently slapped out from the void, almost hitting Tsang Quebec. This caused him to break out in cold sweat. You are! Tsang K suddenly thought of a person when he saw the faint figure. This person's background was even greater than old man Tianxiong's. Earth spirit ancestor? Tsang K stared at the figure in shock. It's just a clone. Gu Fei's clone said disapprovingly. It's just an incarnation? Tsang K was speechless when he heard Gu Fei's clone. He was probably the only one who dared to look down on the Earth Spirit clan's ancestor. The Earth Spirit ancestor was an extremely ancient living being. He was famous even earlier than Sung K, the chaotic Golden Rock clan's ancestor. Sung K didn't dare to look down on such an existence. However, Gu Fei's clone didn't have any scruples. He didn't care about the person's background. What he cared about was strength. Invincible strength. In the face of absolute strength, old ancestors and ancestors were all **T. Little fella, how dare you kill my descendant? Don't you think you deserve to die? The illusory figure emitted a wave of divine will. Although this was only an incarnation, it still possessed an invincible aura. A strong aura burst out from the blurry figure. The surrounding void became unstable as if it could explode at any time. Everyone who was watching the battle was shocked. This fellow was definitely a super antique. His strength was terrifying. Even if it was just a clone, it could easily kill a quasi-supreme being existence. The Earth Spirit clan had a clone of the Earth Spirit ancestor. Naturally, they weren't afraid of the other clans. But now, the situation had changed. Sung K was back. Although he wasn't the Sung K of the past, the Earth Spirit ancestor was just a clone. If these two experts were to meet, it would be hard to say who would win and who would lose once they started fighting. TSK! You're just a clone. What's there to be arrogant about? Do you really think that you're still the Earth Spirit ancestor? Sung K said disdainfully. If the other party wasn't just a clone, he would have turned and fled. But the other party was just a clone. If he couldn't even deal with a clone, how was he supposed to survive in the world of cultivation? Little fella, you're too arrogant. The Earth Spirit ancestor's clone said coldly. The blurry figure suddenly became more real. Rumble. The Earth Spirit ancestor's clone emitted a shocking aura. In the next moment, the surrounding void exploded as if it was going to turn back into chaos. Boundless divine light exploded from the figure. Divine runes circled around the figure. The Earth Spirit ancestor's clone seemed like it was going to turn back into flesh. Seeing this, Sung K felt a little uneasy. What is this fella doing? Is he really going to be reborn? Gu Fei's clone muttered to himself. The strength of the Earth Spirit clan's primogenitor was unquestionable. One must know that the Earth Spirit clan's primogenitor could intimidate the entire eastern continent with just a clone, causing all the major clans to not dare to act rashly. Die! Sung K attacked. An immortal sword light rushed out and slashed at the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone. It broke the Earth Spirit ancestor's protective light. However, in the next moment, Sung K was dumbfounded. The sword light slashed the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone in half. However, the two halves of the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone that had been split in half actually merged back together in the next moment. They fused into one and instantly recovered. He's fine after being slashed by the sword light? Not only was Sung K frightened by this scene, but even Gu Fei's avatar was shocked. One had to know that the Earth Spirit ancestor was only an avatar, but it was fearless against the extreme Dao sword ray. As such, the Earth Spirit ancestor was in an invincible position. Sung K's biggest reliance became useless. Hee, little fella, die! The Earth Spirit ancestor attacked too. Like a shadow, he pounced at Sung K at an extremely fast speed. Hum. At the same time, a ball of divine light emerged from Sun Kei's body and enveloped him. Bam! The Earth's spirit ancestor slammed into the ball of divine light on Sun Kei's body and sent Sun Kei flying. In the next moment, Sun Kei's protective divine light shattered while he was still in the air. Chapter 34:10. Although it was only an incarnation of the Earth's spirit ancestor, his combat power was heaven-defying. He managed to capture Sun Kei in one move. At this moment, everyone who witnessed this scene was dumbfounded. This was especially true for those from the Chaos Golden Rock race. They were shocked to the extreme. "Little fella, you're still too young." The Earth's spirit ancestor easily captured Sun Kei and grabbed his neck with one hand, lifting him into the air. "You!" Sun Kei was shocked. He did not expect the Earth Spirit Clan's ancestor to be so powerful. It was only an incarnation, but it could defeat him. When the spectators heard the words of the Earth Spirit Primogenitor, they were speechless. He actually said that Sun Kei was too inexperienced. Sun Kei was the primogenitor of the Chaos Golden Rock race, a true super-ancient being. Those who could become the ancestor of a clan were all super-ancient beings. Sun Kei was also an ancient living being. He was born in the chaos, but he was born after the chaos was created. The Earth Spirit Clan's ancestor was even older than Sun Quebec. He was born before the universe was created, and he was a real chaotic living being. An existence of this level could not be seen in the current world. Even the Earth Spirit ancestor only left behind an incarnation. It wasn't easy for Sun Kei to live to this day. In that extremely distant and ancient era, powerhouses stood in great numbers. Even the existence of the extreme Tao realm was in danger of dying. Even the real chaotic living beings could not be absolutely invincible. But now, the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation displayed a combat power that was unbelievable. How could an incarnation be so powerful? It was beyond everyone's imagination. Even Sun Kei could not understand how the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation could be so powerful. Sun Kei was once a supreme Tao god ancestor in the ancestral god realm. He knew how powerful an incarnation's combat power was because he had refined more than one incarnation. "This fella is too powerful." At this moment, Gu Fei's clone could no longer remain calm. He abruptly stood up from his chair and threw the jade plate in his hand to the Golden Rock goddess, who was standing beside him. Sun Kei wanted to take back the immortal Medicine Ridge, so he brought Goddess Golden Rock and the others along. "Hurry up and save the old ancestor!" The Golden Rock goddess turned pale. Once Sun Kei was killed by the ancestor of the Earth Spirit Clan, the chaotic Golden Rock Clan, which had just shown signs of rising, would be beaten back to its original state. "Little fellow, let me send you on your way," the Earth Spirit Primogenitor said as he prepared to kill Sun Quebec. Sun Kei panicked when he heard that. He didn't want to die in the hands of a clone. This kind of death was too depressing. Just as the Earth Spirit ancestor was about to kill Sun Kei, his left hand suddenly stopped in midair. It wasn't that the Earth Spirit ancestor didn't want to kill Sun Kei, but at that moment, a figure appeared behind him. That figure appeared without any warning. "Fellow Taoist, please do not meddle in other people's business." The incarnation of the Earth Spirit ancestor retracted his left hand and said in a deep voice, "Fellow Taoist?" Everyone was shocked when they heard the Earth Spirit ancestor's words. One must know that the person whom the Earth Spirit ancestor addressed as a fellow Taoist was at least someone with a similar cultivation as him. Gu Fei's cultivation has already reached a level where he can be compared to an incarnation of the Earth Spirit ancestor? Someone muttered. In the East Continent, the name that the powerful cultivators heard the most recently was Gu Fei. It was no wonder. The things that Gu Fei had done since he broke the time limit were too influential. Not only the East Continent, but the experts from other continents had also heard of him. He was the expert behind Sun Quebec. There were definitely many people in the East Continent who knew him. Especially the Heavenly God Clan, the Earth Spirit Clan, and the Black Snake Clan. These powerful clans were wary of the expert behind Sun Kei and were unwilling to provoke him. "He's my friend. How can I watch my friend get killed by you?" Gu Fei's incarnation said indifferently. His face was expressionless. So you're determined to save him? The Earth Spirit Ancestor said coldly. Do you even need to ask? Gu Fei's incarnation said. Sigh. I didn't want to make enemies, but since you're courting death, there's nothing I can do. I'll send you all to hell, the Earth Spirit Ancestor said helplessly. Gu Fei's incarnation laughed. Do you think you're invincible? I'm not invincible, but I'm close to it, the Earth Spirit Ancestor said. Keep on bragging, Gu Fei's incarnation said disapprovingly. It was only an incarnation. No matter how powerful it was, there was a limit. Moreover, the opponent was an incarnation, while the Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation was a clone. Incarnations were usually weaker than clones and could not use many divine abilities. Then I'll kill him first, then I'll kill you. The Earth Spirit Ancestor was about to attack. But at that moment, a terrifying aura surged out from behind the Earth Spirit Ancestor. Gu Fei's clone, who was standing behind the Earth Spirit Ancestor, exuded an extreme aura. Rumble! In the next moment, a terrifying power spread out in all directions with Gu Fei's clone at the center. Of course, it also enveloped the Earth Spirit Ancestor. This is... The Earth Spirit Ancestor was shocked. He felt that he couldn't move his body. In the next moment, a fist smashed into his back. A dull thud was heard. Although the Earth Spirit Ancestor was just an illusion, the punch from Gu Fei's incarnation seemed to have landed on a person with flesh and blood. In the next moment, the Earth Spirit Ancestor's figure dissipated as if it had turned into nothingness. Everyone's eyes almost fell to the ground. It was as if they had seen the most unbelievable thing in the world. They were all stunned. What? Up in the sky, the experts of the Earth Spirit clan on the back of the octopus were shocked when they saw this scene. That was an incarnation left by their ancestor. How could it be shattered by a single punch from him? Impossible! How is this possible? An expert from the Earth Spirit clan said with a trembling voice. Thank you, I owe you a life. Song Ke touched his neck and said. There were a few finger marks on his neck. He was scratched by the Earth Spirit clan's Earth Spirit Ancestor. Wrong! You owe me 2 lives. Gu Fei's incarnation shook his head and said. Ah. Right. I owe you 2 lives. Song Ke hurriedly said. If it wasn't for Gu Fei, he would probably still be sealed in the mountain river diagram, and would never be able to escape. This time, Gu Fei had saved him twice. Both of you will die today! At this moment, a voice suddenly rang out from above their heads. Then, a huge hand slammed down from the sky towards them. Rumble! The entire heaven and earth shook. An extremely terrifying destructive aura came from the huge hand, and the void below the hand was constantly destroyed. Seeing this scene, everyone who was watching the battle from afar could not help but retreat. If they were to be affected by this level of battle, their bodies and souls would be destroyed at any time. They were just watching the battle. They were not looking for death. I haven't exercised my muscles for a long time. Today I'll use you to practice, Gu Fei's incarnation said and slapped upwards. A powerful force suddenly exploded and a huge hand appeared in the void, clashing with the huge hand that was slapping down from the sky. Tsung Ke wanted to attack too, but he was stopped by Gu Fei's incarnation because Tsung Ke was no match for the Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation was one of the most powerful beings that Gu Fei's incarnation had ever seen. Even Gu Fei himself was not confident that he could defeat this strange fellow. Before this, he had never thought that an incarnation could be so powerful. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation could definitely kill a quasi-supreme being easily. Even an existence like Tsang Ke was no match for it. Under countless people's shocked gazes, the 2 huge hands collided like 2 immemorial divine mountains colliding. The next moment, the entire sky collapsed and even the chaotic energy was shaken out. The 2 huge hands disappeared in the void at the same time. The 2 forces collided and intertwined, forming an even more terrifying energy storm that spread in all directions. Even the octopus monster in the sky was affected. It had no choice but to carry the experts of the Earth Spirit clan away. These two freaks! The place where the deity clan's young master and Yuqiong fought wasn't far from the place where Gu Fei's incarnation and the Earth's spirit ancestor were fighting. However, they were affected by the mighty energy storm and had no choice but to stop and hide far away. At this moment, the battle between the demon god and an ancestor of the Earth Spirit clan was about to end. However, the movement caused by the attack of Gu Fei's incarnation and the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation was too terrifying. The world and the void were being annihilated rapidly. Although the mighty energy storm did not really affect them, they couldn't help but stop. Everyone knew that the battle between Gu Fei's incarnation and the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation was the most important battle. If Gu Fei's incarnation won, everyone from the Earth Spirit clan would die. However, if the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation won, then Gu Fei's incarnation, the experts of the chaotic Golden Rock clan, and all of Gu Fei's subordinates would be in trouble. Therefore, everyone was nervously staring at the two figures that were moving quickly in the void. Even Sun Ke hid far away. Naturally, he hoped that Gu Fei's incarnation could defeat the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation. At this moment, it was as if there were really two supreme beings fighting in the sky. The world and the void looked like it was about to collapse. Chapter 34:11. High up in the sky, Gu Fei's clone and the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone were fighting. Two powerful shockwaves spread out, causing the void to shake. At this moment, the entire sky seemed like it was going to collapse. It was extremely terrifying. Who the immortal Medicine Ridge belonged to? After this battle, it would be clear. No one could give up a place like the immortal Medicine Ridge. To Gu Fei's clone and the Earth Spirit ancestor, the immortal Medicine Ridge couldn't be given up because it was related to the rise and fall of a race. Boom! Bam! The two figures moved rapidly in the void. Every time they collided, the entire world would tremble. The power of the extreme Tao level was vast and mighty. Everyone who saw this scene was extremely shocked, especially Sun Quebec. He was almost killed by the Earth Spirit ancestor just now. No one knew how powerful and terrifying the Earth Spirit ancestor was more than him. Of course, this was excluding Gu Fei's clone. This guy can actually fight against the ancestor. The experts of the Earth Spirit clan couldn't believe it because they knew how terrifying the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone was. Although it was just a clone, it could intimidate all forces. The Earth Spirit clan didn't rely on luck to survive until now. It was because the Earth Spirit clan's foundation was so deep that all forces were afraid of it. Master will definitely win! One of the three stone demons, the Chaos Demon Ape, stared at the two experts in the battle and muttered to himself. Previously, he was sent flying by the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone with a casual wave of his hand, so he was naturally not convinced. However, the battle power of the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation was there for all to see. Even if he, the Great Yin Demon Spider, and the Dragon Head Demon, attacked together, they definitely wouldn't be the Earth Spirit ancestor's match. The Earth Spirit ancestor's clone was already on a different level from them. Since Gu Fei's clone could fight against the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone, it was enough to prove that Gu Fei's clone and the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone were on the same level. At this time, the deity race's young master and ancestor Yuqiong had already stopped. They were stunned by the scene in front of them. Terrifying energy waves spread out, forcing them to retreat further away. Although the battle between the demon god and the Earth Spirit clan's old ancestor had not ended, they had split up and were watching from the sidelines. The battle between Gu Fei's clone and the Earth Spirit primogenitor's clone had a huge impact. It was enough to change many people's fates. This was a decisive battle. If Gu Fei's clone defeated the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone, then no one from the Earth Spirit clan would be able to escape. Master will not lose. The demon god stood on a mountain peak in the distance. He looked up at the two figures in the sky that were so fast that he couldn't even see their shadows. His eyes were constantly flickering. Humph! Want to defeat the old ancestor? It looks like you've all gone mad. The Earth Spirit clan's elder who was confronting the monster divine Venerable said. It's hard to say who's the crazy one. the demon god said disdainfully. Humph, we'll soon know who's the crazy one. Just wait and see, that guy named Gu Fei will definitely die in the hands of our old ancestor, the Earth Spirit Clan's elder said proudly. The monster god stopped talking because the battle between Gu Fei's doppelganger and the Earth Spirit ancestor's incarnation was about to end. Boom! At this time, a huge hand appeared high up in the sky and directly slapped a figure away. An extremely tyrannical energy wave spread out. Gu Fei's clone displayed the sky-covering palm. The palm covered the sky and the power of the palm shrouded the entire heaven and earth. No one could avoid such a palm, they could only face it head-on. Even the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone couldn't avoid the palm of Gu Fei's clone. Roar! The Earth Spirit ancestor's clone roared and pushed his hands forward. An earth-shattering power surged forward and instantly collided with the sky-covering palm of Gu Fei's clone. Rumble! The whole heaven and earth seemed like it was about to explode. Two terrifying and monstrous powers collided and intertwined with each other, turning into a huge energy ball. Gu Fei's clone immediately retreated far away when he saw that. However, the Earth Spirit ancestor didn't retreat. He actually wanted to devour the super-huge energy ball. It was definitely an extremely crazy move. This guy is really crazy! Gu Fei's clone couldn't believe what he saw from afar. At this time, the Earth Spirit Clan's ancestor really wanted to devour the energy ball. All the cultivators who saw that were dumbfounded. This guy is courting death, someone said. If this guy can really devour that energy ball, then the one who will die will be Gu Fei, someone exclaimed. At this time, no one could tell that the Gu Fei, who was fighting with the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone, wasn't Gu Fei's real body. It was just a clone. Gu Fei's two clones both had flesh and blood. They were no different from ordinary cultivators. Very few people could see through them. Of course, not everyone could see through Gu Fei's real body. Those with higher cultivation than him could see through Gu Fei's real body. However, the current Gu Fei was a quasi-supreme existence. Anyone with a higher cultivation than him would be an extreme-grade sovereign. In the current era, extreme-grade sovereigns were already extinct. Since Gu Fei started cultivating, he had only met 3 existences at the extreme Dao level. One was Jiang Rehuan of the human realm, who was at the extreme Dao level. The other was the ancestor of the Nether Blood Sea in the chaotic demonic realm. The last one was the existence that the Golden Crow ancestor had sealed in the Earth's ancestor. Die! Gu Fei's clone roared and attacked. He waved his hand and 10 extremely dazzling sword lights rushed out from his hand and pierced through the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone. The 10 sword lights turned into 10 rainbow swords that flashed across the sky and pierced through the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone. Gu Fei's clone knew that if the Earth Spirit ancestor successfully devoured the energy ball, then the ones who would die would be him, Sun Ke, and the other experts. He naturally didn't want that to happen. Devour the heavens and earth! The Earth Spirit ancestor's clone roared and a terrifying devouring power immediately exploded from his body. In the next moment, the 10 sword lights that pierced through the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone instantly disappeared. They were devoured completely and not even a trace of sword chi was left. Gu Fei's clone was shocked. One should know that he was using the Sky Punishing Sword technique. The Sky Punishing Sword technique was a killing sword technique created by the Extreme Sword ancestor. There was no doubt about the power of this sword technique. But now, the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone had devoured 10 sword lights at once. This guy, Sun Ke and the others were shocked when they saw this. At this moment, the energy ball was devoured by the Earth Spirit ancestor and was quickly refined into his own power. The aura emitted by the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone gradually became stronger. Rumble! The entire space was affected by the Earth Spirit ancestor's aura, and it kept shaking. Pitch-black spatial cracks constantly appeared in the void. However, these spatial cracks only appeared for a short time and disappeared as soon as they appeared. This was the power of heaven and earth repairing the cracks in the void. I can't let him succeed! Gu Fei's clone roared and turned into a sword light that charged towards the Earth Spirit ancestor's clone. The terrifying sword chi spread from the swordlight. Unity of man and sword? Seeing this, the Earth Spirit Ancestors clone's expression finally changed. The invincible swordlight pierced through the Earth Spirit Ancestors clone. The swordlight that pierced through the Earth Spirit Ancestors clone disappeared in the void and a figure appeared in the void. You! Before the Earth Spirit Ancestor could finish his sentence, there was a loud boom, and his entire body exploded. Of course, there was no scene of flesh and blood splattering everywhere. But even so, Gu Fei's clone couldn't feel happy because he could sense a trace of murderous intent. Someone was about to make a move on him. Whoosh! Just when Gu Fei's clone was about to leave, a figure appeared behind him and slapped him on the back. What? Gu Fei's clone was shocked. He was sent flying, and the sound of bones breaking came from his back. It was unknown how many pieces of his spine had been broken. Everyone was stunned when they saw this sudden scene. It was truly unimaginable. Originally, they thought that Gu Fei had won, but no one had imagined that there would be such a huge reversal in the outcome of this battle. You want to kill me? I am immortal. You think you can kill me? The figure sneered and took a step forward. In an instant he caught up with Gu Fei's clone and stomped down. Bam! Gotcha! A dull thud and the sound of bones breaking rang out once more. Gu Fei's doppelganger was directly trampled down from the sky by the figure. He was like a meteorite, falling from the sky. Boom! With a bang, it smashed into the ground, smashing a huge mountain into pieces. Immediately, chaos filled the air, and dust filled the air. The entire region was in chaos. Master! Chapter 34:12. Everyone thought that Gu Fei's clone would definitely win because the Earth Spirit primogenitor was suppressed by Gu Fei's clone to the point that he couldn't retaliate at all. However, no one expected the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar to be hiding its true strength. The battle had taken a huge turn. The Earth Spirit Ancestor had kicked Gu Fei's avatar down from the sky. Everyone was shocked when they saw that. How is this possible? The 3 stone statue demons looked like they had really turned into 3 stone statues as their eyeballs almost fell to the ground. How can an avatar be so powerful? Even Sun Ke, who was once a supreme god ancestor, was shocked by the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar's combat power. One must know that Gu Fei's avatar's combat power was definitely above his. Most importantly, he knew Gu Fei's avatar had a supreme Dao weapon. How could Master lose? The demon god muttered to himself. He was very confident in Gu Fei's avatar, but he felt hopeless at that moment. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar was too powerful. Boom! At this moment, a loud sound came from the ground. Then, the entire ground instantly exploded into dust. A figure rushed out from the dust and directly pounced towards the figure in the sky. A powerful force at the extreme Dao level erupted from the figure. The world shook and pitch-black spatial cracks appeared in the void. I knew it! How could Master be defeated so easily? The 3 stone statue demons, Sun Ke, the demon god, and the others were surprised and overjoyed when they saw that. This guy can take a blow from the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar and not die. The Heaven Ultimate God young master felt something was wrong. The old ancestor Yuqiong had the most complicated feelings at that moment. He would be free if Gu Fei's avatar died in the hands of the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar. Deep down in his heart, he still hoped that Gu Fei's avatar would be killed by the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar. He did not know that he would not be free even if Gu Fei's avatar was killed by the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar. Old Ancestor Yuqiong would not be free as long as Gu Fei's avatar did not die. Heavenly Ascension! Gu Fei's avatar performed one of the 9 secrets of Immortal Path, the Heavenly Ascension secret technique. His aura instantly soared a few times in the next moment. In the next moment, the heavens and earth shook. The space around Gu Fei's clone shattered and was annihilated. It was as if the entire world could no longer contain such a powerful existence. What? Sensing the tyrannical aura erupting from Gu Fei's clone, all the spectating experts were stunned. This guy had also concealed his strength. Even so, you're still going to lose. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar sneered and slammed his palm toward Gu Fei's avatar, who was charging at him. The surrounding heaven and earth essence was completely devoured by his palm in an instant. The next moment, an extremely terrifying wave of energy erupted from the Earth Spirit Ancestor's hand. Heaven-severing sword! Gu Fei's doppelganger roared and directly used the ultimate move of Tianju's sword skill. In the next moment, a dazzling and powerful sword light soared into the sky and collided with the palm of the Earth Spirit Ancestor's doppelganger. Swoosh! The sword light unleashed by Gu Fei's avatar instantly broke through the giant hand that was falling from the sky and directly cut the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar in half. Seeing this scene, everyone once again turned into stone, all of them dumbfounded. The situation of this battle had actually reversed so quickly. They thought that the Earth Spirit Ancestors clan had won. But now, Gu Fei's avatar had appeared again and cut the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar in half. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar dissipated in the void and disappeared without a trace. Let's see how you can sneak up on me this time, Gu Fei's avatar roared. The next moment, he actually melted into the void around him and disappeared before everyone's eyes. What's going on? All the experts who saw this scene were indescribably shocked. What were these two fellows doing instead of having a proper duel? Were they playing a game of disappearing? Boom! Very soon, a loud explosion rang out from afar. After that, two figures tore through the void and emerged from the primal chaos. Everywhere they passed, the heavens and the earth exploded. Gu Fei's avatar seemed to have known all this. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar was not so easy to kill unless he used an extreme Dao treasure. The clone of the Earth Spirit Ancestor had indeed recovered. Could it be that this guy was really an undying existence? Divine Snatch! Gu Fei's avatar did not believe it. Even an extreme supreme could fall, let alone a mere avatar. He had no qualms about using the 9 secrets of the immortal Dao. The power of the 9 secrets of the immortal Dao was vast and mighty. The power of the divine snatch sent the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar flying, almost destroying his soul. Retreat! The Earth Spirit Ancestor transmitted to the rest of the Earth Spirit clan, then turned and fled. The secret technique that Gu Fei's avatar used was very heaven-defying. It was an extreme mystique that posed a great threat to the Earth Spirit Ancestor. He did not want to take the risk, so he could only flee. You think you can escape? Gu Fei's avatar sneered. With a flip of his right hand, a black saber appeared in his hand. He slashed at the figure in the sky without a second thought. Whoosh! With a flash of saber light, the Earth Spirit Primogenitor's clone was once again cleaved into two. This time, Gu Fei's clone was using an extreme Dao treasure. The inconspicuous black saber in his hand was the Azure Dragon's saber, one of the 10 great vicious weapons of the distant past. The Azure Dragon's saber was so powerful that even Gu Fei's avatar could not estimate its power. Without reaching the extreme Dao realm, it was hard to imagine how powerful an existence of this level was. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar was destroyed, but Gu Fei's avatar still felt uneasy. At this time, the experts of the Earth Spirit clan were retreating. The giant octopus was dragging the experts of the Earth Spirit clan away, trying to escape from this place. Kill! Gu Fei's avatar did not show any mercy. He slashed at the octopus. In the next moment, the octopus monster was cut in half by the sword light emitted by the supreme Dao weapon in Gu Fei's hand. Then, its flesh, blood, tendons, and bones all turned into a bloody mist that dissipated into the void. What? Everyone was shocked. This guy's means were too heaven-defying. He killed the octopus of the Earth Spirit clan with a single slash. Even the Earth Spirit clan's experts on the octopus's back were not spared. They collapsed in the void and turned into a mist of blood. Rumble! After killing the Kraken and the Earth Spirit clan's experts, the sword light's momentum did not diminish at all. It continued until the sword light rushed hundreds of miles away before disappearing into the void. The power of this slash is so strong! Someone exclaimed. This sword strike of Gu Fei's clone contained an invincible aura. It pressed forward with an indomitable will, unleashing all of his potential. The potential of Gu Fei's avatar was not to be underestimated. Once he unleashed his potential, he could even kill someone stronger than him with a single slash. "This guy is invincible," someone said. The combat strength displayed by Gu Fei's avatar was too heaven-defying. "Humph! There are countless geniuses in the current world. There are many people more powerful than this guy," someone said disapprovingly. "But that person is not you," someone said disdainfully. "What did you say?" "I said you're stupid." "What do you think?" Two experts who were watching the battle from afar started arguing. They were ready to fight if there was any disagreement. This was something that Gu Fei's avatar did not expect. Of course, Gu Fei did not care about this. At this moment, he sensed the aura of the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar again. He could not believe it. After all, that guy was hit by the sword chi. How could he be fine? Of course, he was the only one who knew the secret. Boom! Just as Gu Fei's avatar was in shock, the void he was in suddenly collapsed. It was as if a huge mouth had suddenly appeared in the void and swallowed him. Gu Fei's avatar felt dizzy and found himself in a pitch-black void. There was no other light here except for the divine light emitted from his body. It was pitch-black everywhere. This was a world of darkness. Gu Fei could feel the aura of the inner world. Did I really get hit? Thinking up to this point, Gu Fei's clone's forehead was covered in sweat. His clothes were also drenched in sweat, making him uncomfortable to wear. But at this moment, he couldn't care less about anything else. He waved the black blade in his hand and streaks of sharp blade light shot out from the blade. The sword chi was unstoppable. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar was finished off by Gu Fei. However, Gu Fei's avatar knew that even so, it would be difficult for him to kill the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar. Unless his real body came, he would have a chance of killing this guy. As Gu Fei's avatar had expected, the Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar soon appeared in front of Gu Fei's avatar. He looked at Gu Fei proudly. "I told you, you can't kill me!" The Earth Spirit Ancestor's avatar stared at Gu Fei's avatar and said coldly. A shocking murderous aura exploded from his body. The surrounding temperature dropped rapidly. "I have to kill you even if I can't!" Chapter 34:13. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation was too powerful. Even Gu Fei's incarnation could not believe that the incarnation was not killed by the peerless saber. One must know that the peerless ominous blade was a divine blade of extreme Tao. Even if a quasi-supreme being were to be touched by the blade, they would instantly lose their lives, not to mention being slashed by the peerless ominous blade. However, the Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation was slashed by the peerless saber, and he was still fine. How was that possible? Was he really immortal? The Earth Spirit Ancestor was definitely an extreme Tao level being, but no one knew if the incarnation refined by such an existence could fight against an extreme Tao weapon. "I have already said that I am immortal. What can you do to me?" The Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation stared at Gu Fei's incarnation and said coldly. Although he was only an incarnation, he could see through Gu Fei's incarnation. Although this guy had flesh and blood, he was just an incarnation. It was not easy to cultivate an incarnation to such a level. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation did not dare to look down on Gu Fei's incarnation. This was a battle between the incarnation and the incarnation. It seemed that there was no suspense in this battle. Gu Fei's incarnation was at an absolute disadvantage. The Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation was too powerful. Even Song Ke, who used to be an extreme Tao God ancestor, did not expect an incarnation to be so powerful. It was comparable to a real extreme Tao God ancestor. "Humph! You are not ashamed to lie. Since ancient times, who could be immortal? Even an extreme Tao Supreme Master would die. You are just an incarnation. How dare you say that you are immortal?" Gu Fei's incarnation said disdainfully. "Can you kill me?" The Earth Spirit Ancestor's incarnation said proudly. the Earth's spirit ancestor's incarnation was different. Otherwise, it would not have replaced the Earth's spirit ancestor to guard the ancestral land of the Earth's spirit clan. Kill! Gu Fei's clone didn't want to waste time with this guy. He became one with the Tao, body with the blade, and became one with the blade. He became one with the blade and turned into a terrifying blade light that slashed towards the clone of the Earth's spirit ancestor. Do you really think I can't take care of you if I don't show my might? The Earth's spirit ancestor's clone sneered and pounced forward. His right hand struck out with a knife hand to meet the incoming blade light. Clang! The sound of metal clashing was heard. Gu Fei's doppelganger and the peerless ominous saber merged together to form a destructive saber light was knocked away by the Earth's spirit ancestor's doppelganger with a single chop. What? Everyone who saw this scene was in disbelief. It's impossible for an incarnation to be this powerful. Could it be? Xingke thought of a certain possibility and couldn't help but sweat. That was a legendary method. He had never heard of anyone successfully cultivating it. However, if someone really succeeded in cultivating that method, then they could basically achieve immortality. However, the price they had to pay was too great. Even an extreme supremacy couldn't afford that kind of price. The Earth's spirit ancestor's doppelganger knocked away the sword light formed by the fusion of Gu Fei's doppelganger and the peerless ominous saber in just one move. The scene left everyone dumbfounded. At that moment, Gu Fei's doppelganger appeared in the void. He held the peerless ominous saber in his hand, but there was a trace of crimson blood at the corner of his mouth. What? Master is injured? Seeing the blood at the corner of Gu Fei's doppelganger's mouth, the 3 stone demons and the demon divine lord were shocked. They had never seen anyone who could hurt their master. The 3 stone demons and the demon divine lord couldn't tell that the master in front of them wasn't the real body. Haha, good, very good. The deity clan young master couldn't help but laugh when he saw this scene. Old ancestor Yuqiong's face was gloomy. He had offended the deity clan young master. He wouldn't go to the deity clan anymore because he knew the deity clan young master's temperament. The deity clan couldn't tolerate him anymore. Of course, if that guy was killed by the Earth's spirit ancestor's doppelganger, then he would regain his freedom and wouldn't be controlled by others. You're not a doppelganger. You're the Earth's spirit ancestor. Gu Fei's doppelganger stared at the illusory figure in front of him and said, What? All the experts who were watching the battle heard Gu Fei's doppelganger and were shocked. What does that mean? The doppelganger of the Earth's spirit ancestor is the Earth's spirit ancestor? Someone exclaimed. How is this possible? How can such a thing happen? This is unheard of. Some people didn't believe what Gu Fei's doppelganger said at all. Looks like you're going to do whatever it takes to survive. Gu Fei's doppelganger continued with a disdainful smile. At that moment, he had already guessed why this guy was so powerful. To Gu Fei's knowledge, no one had ever refined a doppelganger that was this powerful and abnormal. Among the martial ancestors' inheritance that Gu Fei had obtained, there was a secret technique that defied the natural order. It was a secret technique that allowed one to refine oneself into one's own doppelganger. This secret technique was recorded in the martial ancestors' martial scripture because it was too heaven-defying. A secret technique that was favored by the martial ancestor was naturally extraordinary. However, Gu Fei wouldn't cultivate this secret technique because the price he had to pay was too high. It was hard to imagine that someone could do it. Little guy, you're still talking nonsense when you're about to die. You really don't know what's good for you. The Earth's spirit ancestor's doppelganger said coldly. He stared at Gu Fei's doppelganger with a dazzling light in his eyes and a terrifying aura exploded from his body. The spectators who were closer to the battle were immediately affected. They cried out in alarm as they were sent flying. Some of the weaker cultivators even vomited blood as they were severely injured. This guy. Gu Fei's doppelganger's expression changed. The aura of the Earth's spirit ancestor's doppelganger was much stronger. This guy must have cultivated that secret technique to become like this. Swoosh. At the same time, the Earth's spirit ancestor moved. He stretched out his right hand and slapped at Gu Fei's doppelganger. Without any suspense, The Earth's spirit ancestor's strength was extremely strong. He slapped Gu Fei's doppelganger away like he was crushing dry weeds. He's too powerful. It's like the arrival of a supreme god ancestor. I can't defeat him at all. Gu Fei's doppelganger was shocked. This secret technique was indeed heaven-defying. It could actually temporarily restore the sky's cultivation and combat power to the peak of the past. In other words, the Earth's spirit ancestor's doppelganger could restore the cultivation of the supreme god ancestor. That was the real supreme god ancestor. This is bad. Chapter 34:14. At that moment, the incarnation of the Earth's spirit ancestor performed an ancient secret skill. The faint figure of the Earth's spirit ancestor started to solidify rapidly. A terrifying aura of the extreme way burst out from his body. The entire world shook, and the sky seemed to be about to explode. Pitch-black spatial cracks appeared between the heavens and the earth, each of them emitting a terrifying aura of destruction. Extreme Way Supreme Master? Everyone was scared out of their wits. They immediately turned around and fled. The Extreme Path's aura was not something that just anyone could endure. This was the true might of the Extreme Path. In just an instant, the aura that came from the Earth's spirit ancestor's body enveloped the entire world. Not only did the aura startle the entire East continent, it even spread out from the East continent. The experts from the other 4 regions could also sense it. What's going on? Is there Extreme Way God Ancestor? In the East continent, at the core of the Earth Fire Cave, a figure was coiled up. It was a figure that emitted a dazzling fiery light. It was extremely bright like a sun. A powerful aura spread out from the figure. However, the aura did not leak out. Instead, it was controlled by the figure within the fire cave, making it difficult for it to leak out. It seems that I have to recover my cultivation as soon as possible. In the next moment, a powerful devouring power spread out from the figure. The surrounding pure earth fire essence immediately gathered towards the figure, and was devoured by the figure. The entire underground space immediately dimmed, revealing the true appearance of the figure. The person who was crazily devouring the flame essence within the earth fire cave that had been stored for countless years was actually an ape. This being was the fire ape ancestor that had broken through the layers of seals and broken free from the ancestral vein of the earth. The fire ape ancestor had an unimaginable influence in the East continent, and even the entire ancestral god realm. It was because he was a true Extreme Way divine ape. However, this divine ape was very unlucky. He was sealed in the Earth Ancestor vein for countless years by the Golden Crow Ancestor. His cultivation almost fell from the Extreme Way realm. Even if it didn't drop from the Extreme Tao realm, the Fire Ape primogenitor's cultivation had become very unstable. He needed time to stabilize his cultivation before he could settle the score with the Golden Crow clan. He had to settle the score with the Golden Crow clan. After being sealed by the Golden Crow Ancestor for countless years, the Fire Ape Ancestor almost went crazy. The true extreme aura from the Earth Spirit Ancestor's clone alerted the Fire Ape Ancestor. He felt threatened, so he couldn't wait to recover his peak cultivation. Rumble! Sounds of wind and thunder came from the fire cave in the earth. Endless fire essence energy was captured by the Fire Ape Ancestor from the depths of the earth and refined it. At this time, in other regions of the eastern continent, and even in the forbidden lands of the ancestral god realm, there were auras of extreme Tao, and ancient figures were roaming about in those forbidden lands. The appearance of an extreme Tao ancestor god was a huge matter to the entire ancestral god realm. This was because the extreme Tao ancestor god represented invincible power. The appearance of the Fire Ape primogenitor in the Golden Crow's ancestral land had already made the major forces of the eastern continent nervous. Now that a true extreme Tao expert had appeared in the eastern continent, the major forces of the eastern continent felt even more pressured. Haha! Meanwhile, in the sky outside the immortal Medicine Ridge, the Earth's spirit ancestor roared at the sky. At this moment, his body was no longer ethereal, but flesh and blood. Such a change caused everyone to be indescribably shocked. The Earth's spirit ancestor's clone had turned into the Earth's spirit ancestor. This change was unbelievable. No one had expected this to happen. As expected, Gu Fei's clone stared at the Earth Spirit Ancestor. He no longer had any doubts. The Earth Spirit Ancestor had indeed cultivated that secret technique. You want to kill me? Haha, this is hilarious. The Earth Spirit Ancestor laughed. If he can't kill you, what about me? At this moment, a voice came from the sky. The experts who were watching the battle quickly looked in the direction of the voice and saw a black figure appearing in the sky. The black figure was extremely fast and appeared in front of the Earth Spirit Ancestor in the blink of an eye. You are! The Earth Spirit Ancestor was startled when he saw the person. Is the main character finally going to make a move? There are two Gu Feis? When the spectators saw this, they couldn't help being startled. That was because the person who had just arrived was also a black-clothed youth. This black-clothed youth looked exactly the same as Gu Fei's clone. You want to kill me? The Earth Spirit Ancestor sneered at the black-robed young man. His extreme Tao pressure pressed down on the black-robed young man. At this moment, the black-robed young man's body vibrated. Then, the shadow of an ancient cauldron appeared on his body and blocked the oppressive extreme Tao pressure. Two powerful auras collided. It was terrifying, as if the entire world was about to be overturned. Everyone coughed up blood and retreated. The power of the extreme path was vast and boundless. It was extremely powerful and invincible. Only a true extreme path cultivator could fight against it. Even Sun Ke had to retreat. The 3 stone demons had already retreated. They were very slippery, and the deity race's young master, Ancestor Yiqiong, was just as slippery. Too scary. Even after retreating for 100,000 miles, the 2 extreme Tao's power still made everyone unable to stand straight. Countless powerful beings were terrified. At this moment, only 2 people could stand within 100,000 miles. One was Gu Fei, and the other was the Earth Spirit Ancestor. Gu Fei's clone also retreated with the Peerless Saber. Who do you think will win? Ping Jingtian, who was standing behind Sun Ke, asked Ping Shi and the Golden Rock Goddess. It's hard to say. Ping Shi pondered for a moment. His soul was trembling. If it wasn't for Sun Ke's aura protecting them, they wouldn't even be able to stand straight. The battle strength displayed by the Earth Spirit Ancestor was obvious to all, but Gu Fei wasn't a weakling either. After all, he was the one who had almost exterminated the Golden Crow clan. 100,000 miles away, only those with extreme Tao weapons or forbidden weapons could stand and watch the battle. Die. Die. Chapter 34:15. Boom! With a loud bang, the 2 figures collided in an instant, and the terrifying power of the extreme Wei immediately spread out in all directions. In just an instant, the entire sky collapsed and was annihilated, turning into an incomparably huge pitch-black hole. Countless spatial cracks appeared in the distance. At the center of the explosion, 2 palms collided. Then, the 2 figures separated and faced each other in the void. A terrifying phenomenon appeared around the 2 figures. Ancient figures appeared around the Earth Spirit Ancestor. They were like the ancestral gods, exuding an extremely ancient aura. This is... Gu Fei looked at the figures around the Earth Spirit Primogenitor, and couldn't help being shocked. This fellow was truly monstrous. These figures must have been formed from the origin energy of the supreme existences he had devoured. In order to cultivate himself into an immortal body, this fellow was really willing to go to any lengths. You actually dare to use the extreme path energy on your body? Aren't you afraid that you won't be able to control that power, and your body will explode? The Earth Spirit Ancestor stared at Gu Fei and said coldly. With his cultivation, he could naturally see through Gu Fei's actual situation with a single glance. Gu Fei was naturally different from the others. With his cultivation, he could use the power of an extreme path Tao tool for his own use. His battle prowess was definitely infinitely close to the extreme path realm. If it was an ordinary quasi-sovereign, perhaps they wouldn't have such an ability. One should know that if one wanted to use a powerful force, they would need a vessel to bear the power. The physique of an ordinary quasi-sovereign couldn't be compared to Gu Fei at all. This was because Gu Fei cultivated a martial body, which was extremely powerful. It was precisely because he had a physique that was comparable to an extreme path Dao tool that Gu Fei could withstand the extreme path energy that he borrowed from the extreme path Dao tool. If it was an ordinary quasi-sovereign, they would definitely not dare to use the extreme path energy on their body. If they couldn't withstand it, they would end up in a miserable state. Their body and soul would be directly destroyed. Rumble! At this time, in the region of the Immortal Medicine Ridge, two divine presences of the extreme Tao were clashing. The space between the two experts had already turned into primal chaos. In particular, bolts of chaotic lightning that were even larger than mountains coiled around Gu Fei's body. The power of the great path of chaos surged through the world. It was as if a real supreme martial progenitor had descended upon the heavens and earth, as if the heavens and earth were about to be destroyed. Countless living beings in the eastern continent were extremely terrified. All of their souls were trembling. It was as if doomsday had arrived. Song Ke and the others had already retreated 100,000 miles away, but they still could not bear the mighty might of the extreme Tao, so they had no choice but to retreat further away. These two fellows! Although Song Ke thought highly of himself, he knew very well that he wasn't a match for either of them. The battle strength of Gu Fei and the Earth Spirit Ancestor had been raised to a level infinitely close to the extreme Tao realm. They were much stronger than Song Ke, who was once extreme Tao God Ancestor. It seems like I've underestimated you. In the sky, the Earth Spirit Ancestor stared at Gu Fei and squinted his eyes. Rays of light shot out from his eyes, and his aura seemed to be suppressing Gu Fei's. I've underestimated you too. Gu Fei was also looking at the Earth Spirit Ancestor. At this time, the Earth Spirit Ancestor had turned into a blue-haired youth, and he was extremely handsome. The Earth Spirit Ancestor was very strong, but he had embarked on a path of no return. He could no longer turn back. He had cultivated himself into an abnormal being. Although he seemed to be immortal, he wasn't truly immortal. Moreover, once he was killed, his body and soul would be completely destroyed. He would completely disappear from the world, and he wouldn't even be able to become a ghost. The Earth Spirit Ancestor had yet to recover to his peak, but there were not many people in the ancestral god realm who could fight him. Again! They were only testing each other in the previous exchange. If they wanted to determine the victor, they had to fight. All right, Gu Fei said and waved his hand. A ball of demonic light flew out from his hand and landed on the ground. There was a demonic bead inside the ball of demonic light. The demonic bead instantly enlarged, and the demonic light turned into a huge light barrier. It descended from the sky and enveloped the entire Immortal Medicine Ridge. The Earth Spirit Ancestor did not stop it because he did not want the Immortal Medicine Ridge to be destroyed in the battle between him and Gu Fei. Everyone knew the importance of the Immortal Medicine Ridge. The Earth Spirit Ancestor only had one purpose in coming here, and that was to take the Immortal Medicine Ridge for himself. Moreover, the Earth Spirit clan had suffered heavy losses this time. Several old ancestor-level existences had died. Just now, Gu Fei's saber had directly killed the octopus monster and all the experts of the Earth Spirit clan on its back. Even the Baiwu old ancestor and his genius son had died under Gu Fei's slash. Very well, this demonic weapon will be mine after I kill you. The Earth Spirit Ancestor did not waste any more time. He pointed with his finger and a divine light shot out from his finger, piercing the space between Gu Fei's eyebrows. Humph! Gu Fei sneered and waved his hand. The divine light that pierced through his eyebrows was immediately dispersed by him. Then, his figure instantly disappeared into the void. So fast! The Earth Spirit Ancestor was shocked. Without any warning, a fist appeared in front of him and enlarged in his eyes. Clang! A sword hum rang out, and two extremely sharp sword lights shot out from the Earth Spirit Ancestor's eyes. The two sword lights fiercely slashed at the fist. The two streaks of sword light were definitely comparable to the sword light of a sovereign weapon. However, when the two streaks of sword light struck Gu Fei's fists, they were directly repelled by his fists and shattered in the void. Bam! The Earth Spirit Ancestor stretched out his right hand and grabbed the fist that was smashing towards him. Roar! The Earth Spirit Ancestor roared furiously. Extreme divine power burst out of his body. He wanted to shatter Gu Fei's fist, but in the next moment, he felt a powerful force erupting from Gu Fei's fist. Then, like a slippery loach, his opponent's fist slid out of his hand. Bam! It fiercely smashed into his chest. What? Chapter 34:16. What? The Earth Spirit Ancestor couldn't believe it. His opponent's fist slipped out of his hand and smashed into his chest. He felt as if his chest had been hit by an ancient divine mountain. In the next moment, the sound of bones breaking came from his body. His entire chest caved in. Gu Fei's punch was extraordinarily powerful. Even though the Earth Spirit Ancestor had recovered some of his cultivation and combat power, his tendons and bones were broken by this punch, and he was about to be blown away. However, Gu Fei would not allow the Earth Spirit Ancestor to widen the distance between them. It should be known that close combat was his forte. In the next moment, a powerful devouring power surged from his fist and forcefully pulled the Earth Spirit Ancestor, who was about to be sent flying, back to where he was. Boom! There was another muffled sound. Gu Fei's fist once again landed on the spot where the Earth Spirit Ancestor had been hit. This time, his fist directly punched through the Earth Spirit Ancestor's divine body and came out from his back, bringing with it a mist of blood. Humph! The moment Gu Fei's fist punched through the Earth Spirit Ancestor's divine body, the Earth Spirit Ancestor smiled strangely. In the next moment, the Earth Spirit Ancestor's palm was already pressed against Gu Fei's chest. Extreme Tao-level divine power suddenly exploded. Gu Fei only felt a powerful force that even he was shocked hit his body. Gu Fei was directly sent flying by this force. How dare you! Gu Fei was both shocked and angry. This guy was indeed decisive and ruthless. Not only was he ruthless to others, but he was also ruthless to himself. This was a tactic that would cause both sides to suffer. Though Gu Fei's martial body was very strong, he still suffered a great impact from the Earth Spirit Ancestor's palm. His bones felt like they were about to fall apart. However, though Gu Fei was hit by the Earth Spirit Ancestor, he only saw a palm print on his chest when he looked down. There wasn't even a palm print on his body. The palm was soft and fierce, but it couldn't penetrate Gu Fei's body. What a powerful body! The Earth Spirit Ancestor was shocked to see that Gu Fei seemed to be fine after taking his attack. One should know that he had used his full strength in that attack. The Earth Spirit Primogenitor felt a headache coming on when he failed to injure Gu Fei with his full strength. If you can't kill someone, then you'll be killed. This was the end of a cultivator. The Earth Spirit Ancestor had lived for countless years, so he naturally knew this. Heaven-severing sword! Without any hesitation, Gu Fei roared and used the sky-punishing sword technique. A dazzling sword light rushed out of his hand and pierced towards the Earth Spirit Ancestor. This was a cultivation technique left behind by an extreme Tao Supreme. With a sword in hand, he would be invincible in the world. The sword aura was so oppressive that even the Earth Spirit Ancestor was shocked. He wanted to dodge, but the sword light was unimaginably fast. In the blink of an eye, the sword lights arrived in front of the Earth Spirit Ancestor. The Earth Spirit Ancestor was quite impressive. He opened his mouth and sucked, swallowing all the sword lights into his stomach. Even Gu Fei could feel a powerful aura coming towards him. At this moment, an array diagram rushed out of the Earth Spirit Ancestor's body. The array diagram unfolded in the wind and enveloped Gu Fei. Die! Gu Fei roared angrily. He waved his hands, and the silk-like things were actually runes of the Great Path. Soon, he was drowned in countless runes of the Great Path. He was also setting up a formation, wanting to use a killing formation to break a killing formation. The two forces collided. This was a battle between formations. However, Gu Fei's formation cultivation was far from the Earth Spirit Ancestors. Gu Fei roared and wanted to rush out. However, the Earth Spirit Ancestor would not let him leave just like that. The Earth Spirit Ancestor drew runes in the air. The runes were branded into the void. He had set up a killing formation and trapped Gu Fei within it, making it difficult for him to move an inch. Ha ha! The Earth Spirit Ancestor laughed. In the end, he was still more skilled. He managed to trap this guy in the killing formation. At this moment, Gu Fei's body emitted a golden radiance. A terrifying wave of extreme power surged out from his body, causing the surrounding cultivators to be inexplicably shocked. What are you afraid of? He's trapped in the killing formation. He won't be able to do anything. The Earth Spirit Ancestor laughed. Is that so? Gu Fei stopped and no longer charged at the killing formation. Instead, he flipped his right hand and a black saber immediately appeared in his hand. Without hesitation, he slashed at the killing formation with his saber. A ray of saber light rushed out from Gu Fei's saber. It instantly soared for thousands of miles and slashed at the Earth Spirit Ancestor's head. This was battle power that was infinitely close to the extreme path. Even with the Earth Spirit Ancestor's cultivation, it was difficult for him to block it. The blade light flashed, and the Earth Spirit Ancestor was split in half by it. Gu Fei did not expect it to be so easy. Seeing that the Earth Spirit Ancestor was split in half, he was shocked and showed an expression of disbelief. However, a scene that left everyone dumbfounded appeared. The two halves of the Earth Spirit Ancestor's corpse, which had been split into two by Gu Fei's peerless saber, actually stood up and merged back together. A demonic light flashed, and the Earth Spirit Ancestor instantly recovered. How is this possible? Everyone found it hard to believe. Only Gu Fei did not reveal any expression. His expression was a little cold, as if he already knew that this would happen. What a powerful secret technique! Even Gu Fei nodded to himself. Although this secret technique was extremely difficult to cultivate, once it was mastered, it would bring great benefits. The biggest advantage was that it was immortal. However, nothing in this world could exist forever. After all, even extreme path supremes could die, let alone other things. Gu Fei did not believe it. If the Earth Spirit Ancestor was truly invincible, the Earth Spirit Ancestor would definitely kill him. However, the Earth Spirit Ancestor could not kill Gu Fei and could only trap him. However, Gu Fei had a saber in his hand. With a slash, the Earth Spirit Ancestor was split in half. Let's see how many times you can recover. Chapter 34:17. The Earth Spirit Ancestor was not afraid of the extreme Tao weapons. This was his greatest trump card. One should know that Gu Fei had many of them and they were all terrifyingly powerful. However, Gu Fei had never imagined that there would come a day when his extreme Tao weapon would be useless. Kill! Without any reason, Gu Fei held his blade with both hands and slashed at the figure in front of him. Swoosh! An extremely sharp blade light flashed through the air. A figure was sliced in half by this blade light. The power of the extreme Tao level was vast. Gu Fei slashed again. Without a doubt, the Earth Spirit Ancestor still could not dodge this slash and was hit by the blade light. The blade light that rushed out of Gu Fei's saber continued to slash forward after killing the Earth Spirit Ancestor. Everywhere it passed, countless formation runes disappeared. With just one slash, Gu Fei had broken the Earth Spirit Ancestor's killing formation. However, to Gu Fei's disbelief, the two halves of the Earth Spirit Ancestor's divine body came together again. With a flash of divine light, the Earth Spirit Ancestor appeared in front of him again, as if he had never been injured. I already said that I am unkillable. Don't waste your energy. Surrender and serve me, and I will spare your life. The Earth Spirit Ancestor stared at Gu Fei and said coldly, if he could use such a powerful being, he would definitely be of great help. He could fight for him everywhere. The Earth Spirit Ancestor, who had lived for countless years, was appreciative of talent. Ha ha! Hearing the Earth Spirit Ancestor's words, Gu Fei could not help but laugh. What are you laughing at? The Earth's spirit ancestor looked at Gu Fei suspiciously. Ha ha! I am laughing at your stupidity. Gu Fei laughed heartily. What did you say? Hearing Gu Fei's words, the Earth's spirit ancestor was enraged. One should know that he had always been high up and worshipped by his people. No one had ever dared to be impudent before him. Didn't you hear? I laughed at your stupidity. You actually want me to submit to you? It would be wise for you to submit to me. Gu Fei stopped smiling and stared at the Earth's spirit ancestor seriously. The Earth's spirit ancestor sighed. Looks like I have no choice but to kill you. TSK, you speak as if you can really defeat me. Gu Fei said disdainfully. Bring it on. I want to see what kind of ability you have. Mysterious heaven and earth, chaotic universe. The Earth's spirit ancestor did not waste any more words. With a roar, 8 balls of divine light rushed out from his body. In the next moment, the 8 balls of divine light instantly enlarged, as if they had turned into 8 different worlds and rushed towards Gu Fei to destroy him. Rumble! Even the chaotic energy was destroyed by the 8 worlds. It was terrifying to the extreme. This was the power to destroy the world. Even someone as strong as Gu Fei, who had an extreme Dao tool in his hand, couldn't help but be moved. There were actually 8 different types of world energy radiating from the 8 worlds, causing Gu Fei to be indescribably shocked. This fellow's methods are too heaven-defying. Could it be that he actually wants to create 8 worlds with his own strength? Even for an extreme supremacy, it was almost impossible to open up 8 great worlds at the same time. One should know that the ancient Buddhist Lord wanted to create the 6 paths of reincarnation. But in the end, he failed. The ancient Buddhist Lord's 6 paths of reincarnation was the 6 great worlds. This Earth spirit ancestor was even more amazing. He wanted to create 8 worlds. Buzz! Gu Fei raised his head and looked at the 8 worlds that came crashing down from the sky. The ominous saber in his hand vibrated, and the sleeping god showed signs of awakening. Roar! Gu Fei gripped the peerless ominous saber tightly with both hands. Chaotic real origin surged and surged towards the peerless ominous saber in his hand. In the next moment, a dragon shadow appeared on the blade of the peerless ominous saber. An extreme dragon might burst forth from the peerless ominous saber, causing the entire void to tremble. This is... At this moment, the Earth's spirit ancestor was shocked. He used to be an extreme Dao ancestor, and naturally knew the power of the extreme Dao tool. Once the god in the extreme Dao divine saber was awakened, it would be a threat to him. I must kill this guy before the god in the saber is awakened. The Earth's spirit primogenitor was no longer calm. His entire body was glowing with divine light. 9 extreme Dao patterns appeared on his body. Each Dao pattern gave off a dazzling divine light. It was as if 9 divine suns had appeared around him. Boom! The next moment, under the control of the Earth's spirit ancestor, the 9 immortal Dao patterns rushed into the 8 worlds. The next moment, the 8 worlds enlarged by a dozen times. The power of heaven and earth from the 8 worlds increased by a few times. Gu Fei felt his body sink. He felt as if his bones were about to shatter. If it wasn't for the dragon's might spreading out from the ominous saber in his hand to offset most of the pressure, he would have been suppressed to the point where he could no longer move. Damn it! Gu Fei raised his saber with difficulty. At this moment, the sky-blue immortal gold armor on his body burst out a ball of divine light and enveloped him. The next moment, he felt his body lighten and the pressure was greatly reduced. Break! Gu Fei was overjoyed. Without any hesitation, he grasped this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and slashed out with his saber with all his might. Roar! There seemed to be an earth-shattering dragon roar in the void as the shadow of a dragon directly rushed out from the peerless saber that Gu Fei had slashed out. With irresistible force, it directly broke through the terrifying power of destruction of the 8 heavens and earth that came down from the sky. The huge dragon actually broke through the first layer of heaven and earth, then the second layer, and then the third layer. The huge dragon formed by the peerless power of the fierce blade actually broke through 7 layers of heaven and earth in a row, and was finally stopped by the 8th layer of heaven and earth. The 7 worlds exploded, and the Earth's spirit ancestor suffered a great blow. His solidified body showed signs of collapsing, and he became much dimmer. Thankfully, the chaos heavens of the 8 worlds had fended off the dragon formed from the peerless saber force. If not, the dragon would have tore through the 8th world. The impact on the Earth's spirit ancestor would have been even greater. However, this level of impact was nothing to an existence like the Earth's spirit ancestor, who was known to be undying and indestructible. At that moment, the 7 worlds that had been torn apart by Gu Fei's peerless saber force exploded. The heaven and earth powers erupted as though the true world was being destroyed. The vast destructive forces formed a terrifying energy storm that swept in every direction. As for the mighty energy fluctuations, it sent Gu Fei flying. When Gu Fei stabilized his body, a mouthful of blood had already surged to his throat. However, he forcefully swallowed it back down. Even so, a wisp of crimson blood seeped out from the corner of his mouth. This was truly a case of injuring 1,000 enemies while injuring 800 allies. The impact that Gu Fei suffered was not trivial, but it was far inferior to the impact that the Earth's spirit ancestor suffered. You want to conjure the 8 worlds? Who do you think you are? You think you can do something that even the eternal Buddha Lord failed to do? Gu Fei said loudly. Who is the eternal Buddha Lord? Is he very powerful? The Earth's spirit ancestor said. This was the first time he was hearing the name of the eternal Buddha Lord. He was an expert of the ancestral God world, so he naturally did not know about the human world. Very powerful, so powerful that I can destroy you with a finger, Gu Fei said. TCH, you're lying through your teeth. In this world, no one who can defeat me has appeared yet, the Earth Spirit Ancestor said disapprovingly. The Earth Spirit Ancestor said disapprovingly. He did have the right to be arrogant. At that moment, the 8th Chaos Heavens conjured by the Earth's Spirit Ancestor constantly clashed with the dragon that Gu Fei had conjured. The two forces were constantly wearing each other down. Soon, the dragon that had charged out of Gu Fei's peerless saber was destroyed by the 8th Chaos Heavens conjured by the Earth's Spirit Ancestor. It dissipated into the void. Rumble! The Earth's Spirit Ancestor's 8th Chaos Heavens released boundless chaos forces, obliterating the void that enveloped the world. Gu Fei, on the other hand, had an extreme Tao artifact to protect himself, which was why he was able to hold his own against the 8th Heaven's might. At that moment, no one could see the battle between Gu Fei and the Earth's Spirit Ancestor. This was because the area they were in had been crushed into chaos by the paramount Tao-level powers. Moreover, the mighty energy ripples and great path Taoist rhymes that emanated from the two powerhouses blocked everyone's divine wills. Even people as strong as Song Ke, Demon God Supremacy, Patriarch Yuqiong, and company could not see the battle between Gu Fei and the Earth's Spirit Ancestor. Everyone was extremely nervous. Just as everyone was staring at the chaos void high in the sky, 3 extremely powerful auras suddenly came from afar. This is... When Song Ke sensed the 3 mighty auras, he could not help but be alarmed. It was an aura unique to the Earth Spirit clan. It was difficult for others to impersonate it. At that moment, a rumbling sound came from the horizon. It sounded like muffled thunder coming from the depths of the void. 3 war chariots appeared in everyone's line of sight. In an instant, the 3 war chariots arrived in the vicinity. The beasts pulling the chariots were actually silver dragon colts. These silver dragon colts were covered in thick silver scales. Ordinary swords and sabers would not be able to cut through the silver scales on their bodies. Each chariot was pulled by 3 silver dragon colts. They were extremely fast and soon arrived in front of Song Quebec. The white gas that the silver dragon colts spewed nearly hit him. Kill! The combat general on the silver dragon colts attacked Song Ke and company the moment they arrived. The combat general brandished his battle spear and stabbed at Song Ke's glabella. Chapter 34:18. The reinforcements of the Earth's Spirit clan had finally arrived. 3 chariots charged over from afar. The entire world seemed to collapse from the powerful pressure radiating from the chariots. The entire world shook. If it were not for the protection of the primordial chaotic demon orb, the immortal medicine ridge probably would have been reduced to dust by the powerful ripples of energy that descended from the sky long ago. The 3 chariots were very extraordinary. The beasts pulling them were actually rare silver dragon colts. It was said that a sliver of the silver dragon's bloodline flowed through the bodies of these beasts. Adult silver dragon colts possessed cultivation and battle prowess equivalent to great saints. Moreover, the silver dragon colts pulling these 3 chariots were not great sages, but saint emperors. This was enough to intimidate many of the people present. Although there were as many experts as trees in the ancestral god realm, there were not many who truly stood at the peak of the ancestral god realm. Actually, there were quite a few saint kings in every large organization. However, the 3 experts of the Earth Spirit clan were actually using saint king beasts to pull the chariots. This was very rare. It was definitely extravagant. It was not something that ordinary organizations could do. Everyone was shocked by the fact that the 3 experts of the Earth Spirit clan had attacked at the same time when they were pulling the chariots with the silver dragon colts. The leader actually attacked Sun Ke directly. It was a middle-aged man with a black beard who was filled with battle intent. He was clad in black armor and wielded a black blade. He directly slashed at Sun Ke from the chariot. Swish! An extremely sharp blade of light immediately shot out from the blade in his hand. It directly cut through the surrounding space and arrived above Sun Ke's head in an instant. Sun Ke sneered. He seemed to raise his hand casually, and extended a finger. A ball of light immediately shot out from his finger. It was a sword wave that spread out in an instant and collided with the saber light. In the next moment, the saber light that was slashing down shattered in the void. Swish! The sword ripple from Sun Ke's finger did not stop after shattering the blade of light. It directly pierced towards the middle-aged man on the chariot. Wherever the sword wave passed, a pitch-black spatial crack was left in the void. Ripples visible to the naked eye spread out in all directions from the spatial crack. That was a sword wave formed by formless sword chi. Wherever the ripples passed, the void was directly annihilated. Humph! The Earth Spirit clan's expert on the chariot snorted coldly. He swung the black saber in his hand and the sword wave struck the saber. Clang! The sound of metal colliding resounded. After that, the expert from the Earth Spirit clan was blasted out of the chariot by the force of the sword wave. Roar! The black-bearded middle-aged man roared angrily. Divine power erupted from all over his body, and the black blade in his hand emitted a divine light that soared into the sky. A powerful power of the divine Tao erupted from the saber in the black-bearded middle-aged man's hand, blocking the sword projection unleashed by Sun Quebec. Incredible! The Earth Spirit clan's expert was extremely shocked. Sun Ke seemed to have casually extended a finger, yet he had to use everything he had to block it. It seemed like the ancestor had truly met his match this time. The black-bearded middle-aged man was one of the strongest experts of the Earth Spirit clan. His name was Bai Xiong. Bai Xiong struck out as hard as he could, finally dispersing Sun Ke's sword projection. However, his hands that wielded his saber became bloodied and his palms had been shattered. He stabilized himself and looked over, only to become quite furious. He saw that Sun Ke had actually boarded his chariot. Sun Ke was currently looking at him in disdain with his arms crossed. Sun Ke, you're looking to die! Bai Xiong roared out furiously. He directly attacked Sun Ke on the chariot with his blade. At the same time, the 3 silver dragon colts that pulled the chariot stood up as well, wanting to throw Sun Ke off. The 3 silver dragon colts were saint kings as well, but to Sun Ke, they were no different from 3 ants on the ground. Bai Xiong's speed was extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, the saber in his hand had already slashed in front of Sun Quebec. However, Sun Ke stretched out his right hand and grabbed the black battle saber that was slashing towards him. The sharp blade of the battle saber could not cut through the flesh on his hand. What? Bai Xiong's shock was no small matter. He circulated his divine force desperately, pouring it into the blade in his hand. Buzz! The black saber in Sun Ke's hand immediately let out a loud hum. powerful divine runes began to appear on the blade of the saber. There was a total of 9 inscriptions. Every single one of them radiated with the presence of a great path. A great path artifact? The experts who watched from afar could not help but feel shocked when they sensed the presence of a great path from Bai Xiong's blade. However, Sung Ke knew that the blade in his hand was not a great path artifact. However, the 9 inscriptions that had appeared on the blade were genuine 9 inscriptions of great path. In other words, the Earth Spirit Clan's powerhouse's saber had been enhanced by an extreme grade powerhouse's extreme grade power, so it could unleash extreme grade power. The power of a great path artifact was great, but it had a flaw. Its power would decrease every time it was used. A great path artifact that had yet to nurture a god would struggle to condense the power of a great path. As a result, once Bai Xiong used the power of the great path, he could not retract it. Only consuming power, not condensing it. Over time, the extreme power that was added to the saber by the extreme master would be exhausted. At that time, Bai Xiong's blade would become a piece of scrap metal. Go to hell! Bai Xiong roared furiously. He had no choice but to fight with his life on the line. Boundless divine power poured into the blade in his hand. In the next moment, the 9 divine patterns that appeared on the blade in his hand shone with dazzling divine light. However, at the next moment, a scene that caused Bai Xiong to be dumbstruck appeared. Sung Ke grinned, then with a crack, the saber in his hand that was exploding with his strongest power actually broke into 2. Swoosh! Sung Ke waved his hand and Bai Xiong's head flew into the air. He had actually grabbed the broken blade and cut Bai Xiong's head off. Seeing this scene, everyone was stunned. Sung Ke wasn't a match for the Earth Spirit Ancestor before. But now, the battle strength he displayed was shocking. At this moment, a divine light rushed out of Bai Xiong's body and soared into the sky. He was trying to escape. This divine light was Bai Xiong's primordial spirit. Although his divine body had been destroyed, his primordial spirit was still there. As long as his primordial spirit could escape from Sung Ke's hand, he could rebuild his divine body. At this stage of cultivation, Bai Xiong would not die as long as his primordial spirit was not destroyed. However, Sung Ke would not make such a low-level mistake. He pointed with his finger again, and a sword wave rushed out from his hand. It instantly caught up with Bai Xiong's primordial spirit and destroyed it. The Earth Spirit Clan's greatest expert was killed by Sung Ke just like that. At this moment, Bai Xiong's body revealed its original form. It was a human-shaped stoneman. There was a small amount of blood essence in the stoneman's body. Sung Ke directly used a mysterious technique to devour Bai Xiong's essence. After the headless stoneman lost its essence, it immediately turned into dust and dissipated in the void. At this moment, the other 2 Earth Spirit Clan's experts who were fighting with Demon God and Yu Qiong were extremely shocked to see Bai Xiong being easily killed by Tsung Quebec. "Alright, I'll send you on your way," Demon Divine Venerable said in a loud voice. He then used his ultimate move and punched the Earth Spirit Clan expert who was fighting with him into dust. Even his primordial spirit could not escape. Old Ancestor Yu Qiong and the Earth Spirit Clan's expert were locked in a fierce battle. Old Ancestor Yu Qiong's cultivation was much weaker than Sung Ke and Demon God. Although he was called Old Ancestor, he was at best a half-step Old Ancestor. Sung Ke and Demon God naturally would not help Old Ancestor Yu Qiong. At this time, the battle between Gu Fei and the Earth Spirit Ancestor was about to end. In the chaos, Gu Fei displayed his invincible power. The 9 secrets of Immortal Path and martial arts battle skills were perfectly integrated. The Ascension Secret Technique gave him an immortal body, the Ascension Secret Technique boosted his battle strength, and the martial arts battle skills displayed terrifying power under the power of the 9 secrets of Immortal Path. Most importantly, Gu Fei had used more than one extreme grade Dao artifact. An ancient cauldron's phantom image appeared on his body, and the peerless ominous saber in his hand released an aura that would make even extreme grade Supreme's hearts palpitate. Although the Earth Spirit Ancestor was powerful, he could not withstand it. Boom! Gu Fei sent the Earth Spirit Ancestor flying with a sky-covering palm. He then used the 8 desolation steps to catch up with the Earth's spirit ancestor and slashed at him with his blade. The peerless blade's edge quickly slashed through the void. The whole world seemed to be split in half. Swoosh! The Earth's spirit ancestor's divine body was split into 2 by Gu Fei's blade. However, Gu Fei was not happy because the Earth's spirit ancestor's divine body instantly reconnected. A divine light emerged and the Earth's spirit ancestor's divine body was as good as new. Damn it! Gu Fei was at a loss as to what to do. No matter what, he couldn't believe that this fellow could really be immortal and indestructible. One must know that even an extreme-grade sovereign couldn't achieve this. However, he had to believe the truth. His opponent was not afraid of extreme path power at all. It seemed like he had no choice but to use that move. If that move was useless against this guy, then he really had no way to kill him. Haha! Show me what else you have. Chapter 34:19. The Earth's spirit ancestor's immortal indestructible body was truly amazing. Gu Fei could not help but admire it. However, the Earth's spirit ancestor's divine body caused him a lot of trouble. Boom! Bam! The Earth's spirit ancestor didn't need to defend at all. He threw 2 punches that shattered the void. Chaotic energy surged and Gu Fei's protective light shook violently. At the same time, Gu Fei kicked the Earth's spirit ancestor's chest and sent the Earth's spirit ancestor flying. However, this kick, which could shatter a divine mountain, did not cause any damage to the Earth's spirit ancestor. Of course, Gu Fei's kick was still useful. At the very least, he put some distance between himself and the Earth's spirit ancestor. To Gu Fei, close-range combat was the most advantageous. However, things were different now. The Earth's spirit ancestor wasn't afraid of his attacks at all. In this case, close-range combat was dangerous and meaningless. I don't believe I can't kill you. Gu Fei was determined. He used the 9 secrets of the immortal path and disappeared into the void. He seemed to have become one with the surrounding void. In the next moment, he appeared above the Earth's spirit primogenitor's head. 5 Elements Reincarnation Fist! Gu Fei roared and immediately launched an overbearing fist technique that he had created himself. This fist technique was a combination of the power of the 5 elements of heaven and earth and the power of martial arts. Boom! He threw a punch, and a ball of fire immediately erupted in front of his fist. The entire space was immediately filled with powerful fire elemental power. Haha, don't waste your energy. The Earth's spirit ancestor laughed. He had no intention of dodging. He allowed the fire to engulf him. In the next moment, he seemed to have entered a world of fire. Will? Power of heaven and earth? Interesting. The Earth's spirit ancestor's eyes were naturally sharp. He instantly sensed that the space around him was different. This guy's fist energy seemed to be able to split the sky and earth. Within the range of the fist energy, there was a world of its own. In the entire fire elemental world, there was only one ruler, and that was Gu Fei. If an ordinary expert suddenly encountered such a change, he would naturally suffer a great loss. Because Gu Fei's fist strength isolated the void between heaven and earth, it was difficult for those who were trapped in the world of fire to guide the spiritual qi from the outside into their bodies to restore the exhausted primordial qi. However, the Earth's spirit ancestor was fearless because he didn't need any power from the outside world. However, when Gu Fei's punch arrived, it still tore the Earth's spirit ancestor's divine body into pieces. It crumbled under the endless fire elemental power. However, the Earth's spirit ancestor's figure soon appeared in the boundless divine fire, as if he was not injured at all. As expected, not even overwhelming power is enough. It seems I have no choice but to use that move, Gu Fei muttered to himself. At this moment, his fist technique had already changed. The fire elemental void collapsed and formed a terrifying destructive power. In the next moment, a ball of golden light appeared. The 2 strong powers stacked together and formed a shocking destructive power. Gu Fei's fist strength turned into the metal element fist strength. In just an instant, the Earth Spirit Ancestor's figure was completely annihilated by Gu Fei's metal element fist strength. The two fist strengths merged into one. It was definitely not a simple stacking. Gu Fei's metal element fist strength exploded. The entire heaven and earth turned into gold. Everywhere was dazzling golden light. The metal essence chi turned into golden waves that destroyed everything. However, a scene that made Gu Fei feel powerless appeared. Amidst the endless golden light, a silhouette appeared. From an illusory silhouette, it became as solid as a real person, and a towering blood chi erupted from it. The Earth Spirit Ancestor condensed the indestructible godly body again. The chi and blood that exploded from his body was shocking. It shook the metal elemental void that Gu Fei's 5 elements reincarnation fist strength had opened up. One punch, one sky and one earth. This was definitely one of the strongest martial arts techniques in history. With Gu Fei's cultivation, it was already heaven-defying to be able to create such a fist technique. Of course, the 5 elements reincarnation fist strength was not perfect. At most, it was only a prototype. It only had the form. The true meaning of the technique had not been revealed yet. If that's the case, then let's go all out. Gu Fei gritted his teeth and sat in the golden world. In the next moment, a ball of divine light rushed out from between his eyebrows. It transformed into another Gu Fei and pounced towards the Earth Spirit Ancestor. This was a faint and illusory figure. The moment this figure rushed out from between Gu Fei's eyebrows, all the energy in the world was activated and gathered towards this figure. Boom! The powerful power of the soul erupted and the entire golden world shook violently. Pitch-black spatial cracks appeared in the golden world. It was as if a supreme ruler had appeared in this part of the world. A terrifying aura filled every inch of the world. In the end, Gu Fei still used a secret soul technique. No matter how powerful an existence was, once their soul was destroyed, they would die. They would be as dead as they could be. Although the Earth Spirit Ancestor had refined himself into a different kind of existence, his soul definitely existed. The Sword of the Way, one of the 9 esoterics of immortality, was a secret technique that specialized in destroying the souls of enemies. This is... At this moment, the Earth Spirit Ancestor stared at the lunging figure and became extremely stern. He never expected his opponent to have learned a secret technique like this. Swish! The Earth Spirit Ancestor moved. With a single movement, he immediately left behind a series of afterimages in the air. He had already retreated thousands of meters away. So fast! Gu Fei's avatar was shocked. The Earth Spirit Ancestor had actually dodged his attack. One had to know that speed had always been his forte. But now, the Earth Spirit Ancestor's speed seemed to be on par with his own. Gu Fei's primordial spirit chased after the Earth Spirit First Ancestor like a shadow. The ripples that emanated from the illusory figure seemed to be able to shatter the heavens. The Earth Spirit Progenitor kept changing directions, trying to shake off Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body. However, Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body was also extremely fast. The distance between Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao clone and the Earth Spirit Primordial Ancestor did not increase, but it was not easy for Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao clone to catch up to the Earth Spirit Primordial Ancestor. Let's see where you can run to! Gu Fei's primordial spirit roared angrily. Then, boundless primordial spirit light radiated from his primordial spirit. Every ray of primordial spirit light pierced through the void. This time, the Earth Spirit Ancestor really had nowhere to run. This was because the soul light from Gu Fei's avatar filled every inch of the air. Damn it! The Earth Spirit Ancestor turned pale with fright. As he moved quickly in the air, his body suddenly surged with a gray divine light. As soon as the ball of divine light appeared, it immediately blocked the light of the primordial spirit that pierced through it. However, there were still a few rays of soul light that penetrated the gray divine light on the Earth Spirit Ancestor's body. They left a few bloody holes on the Earth Spirit Ancestor's body. Roar! The Earth Spirit Ancestor roared angrily. Divine power surged all over his body as he tried to repair the bloody holes on his body. However, not only did the bloody holes not heal, but they also continued to expand. "You've actually cultivated this secret technique." This time, the Earth's spirit primogenitor was truly shocked. Only such a secret technique could harm him. Not everyone could cultivate a primordial spirit secret technique. In order to avoid that disaster, he had refined himself into his current state. In fact, this secret technique was closely related to the soul spirit. As long as the soul spirit was not destroyed, he could not be destroyed. "Haha, it's indeed effective. You're dead." Gu Fei's primordial spirit laughed out loud. In the next moment, boundless primordial spirit energy erupted from his primordial spirit. In the next moment, phantoms of divine weapons appeared around his primordial spirit. Cauldrons, swords, bells, sabers, all of them gave off extremely powerful ripples of primordial spirit power. "What?" The Earth's spirit ancestor was shocked again. "Go!" At this moment, Gu Fei's avatar roared and waved both hands at the Earth's spirit ancestor. The divine weapons around Gu Fei's avatar immediately flew up and pierced towards the Earth's spirit ancestor. "Humph! Do you think you can defeat me like this?" The Earth's spirit ancestor suddenly sneered. Then, a clanging sound came from his body. Pieces of black metal appeared on his body. The black metal pieces connected with the Earth's spirit ancestor's body and turned into a black metal armor. Clang! The divine weapon slammed into the Earth's spirit primogenitor's body. However, none of them could break through the Earth's spirit primogenitor's armor. The divine weapons were all repelled. "This is..." Gu Fei's primordial spirit couldn't help but be stunned when he saw this. He immediately knew what had happened. He could sense the powerful ripples of primordial spirit energy from the Earth's spirit primogenitor's armor. Clearly, that armor was a legendary primordial spirit Tao treasure. When worn, it could protect one's primordial spirit from being violated. Just as Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body was shocked, the Earth's spirit ancestor pounced on Gu Fei's primordial spirit. The Earth's spirit ancestor flipped his right hand and a battle spear appeared in it. Without any hesitation, the Earth's spirit ancestor threw out the spear in his hand. The spear immediately turned into a ray of divine light and pierced through Gu Fei's primordial spirit. Gu Fei's avatar did not dodge, because his avatar also emitted a ball of divine light. Within the divine light, the shadow of an ancient cauldron appeared. Chapter 34:20. Primordial Spirit Tao treasures were different from ordinary Tao treasures. These Tao treasures could protect the primordial spirit from harm. The primordial spirit Tao treasure that the Earth's spirit ancestor had refined was extremely powerful. It actually blocked Gu Fei's primordial spirit killing light. The Earth's spirit primogenitor was wearing a primordial spirit Tao treasure and wielding a battle spear. He attacked Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body. The battle spear in his hand flew up and pierced through the void. It was about to pierce Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body. But at this critical moment, Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body also rushed out with the divine light. The shadow of an ancient cauldron appeared from the divine light. Clang! The Earth's spirit ancestor's battle spear stabbed the ancient cauldron's shadow. There was a metallic sound, like the collision of real Tao treasures. Primordial spirit Tao treasures were not real Tao treasures, but they were even more frightening than real Tao treasures. This was because they were specifically used to kill the primordial spirit. For cultivators, if their primordial spirit was destroyed, it meant that they were dead. Gu Fei was very strong, and so was his primordial spirit Tao body. But against a freak like the Earth's spirit ancestor, he did not have much of an advantage. His opponent's strength far exceeded his expectations. At this time, Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body and the Earth's spirit ancestor were moving quickly in the void. They were in the final battle. No one knew who would win. Although Gu Fei's body was sitting in the void, the power of the five elements reincarnation fist was still exploding from his body. The five elements world was constantly circulating. The fist power of the five elements reincarnation fist crushed everything, but the Earth's spirit ancestor did not fear this attack. The only thing that could threaten him was Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body. Clang! 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 The sound of metal colliding rang out. Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body held a huge cauldron and clashed with the Earth's spirit ancestor's battle spear. An extremely powerful energy fluctuation spread out. Gu Fei's 5 elements reincarnation heaven and earth was affected and shook violently. Buzz! At this moment, the ancient cauldron in the hands of Gu Fei's avatar of the Way also began to tremble. With a deafening sound, a huge dragon charged out from the ancient cauldron and pounced towards the Earth's spirit ancestor. What? Seeing this, the Earth's spirit ancestor couldn't help but be shocked. The energy fluctuations coming from the dragon that charged out of the ancient cauldron made his expression change. Boom! The dragon collided with the Earth's spirit ancestor. In the next moment, the Earth's spirit ancestor was sent flying backward. Roar! The Earth's spirit ancestor's long hair danced wildly in the wind. He used all of his strength, but the result was the same. He was pushed back. However, in the next moment, the Earth's spirit ancestor sent the dragon flying away with brute force. Go to hell! The Earth's spirit ancestor roared madly. A supreme power burst out from his body and gathered on the spear in his hand. A terrifying aura immediately burst out from the spear. Humph! Going all out? Without any hesitation, the Earth's spirit ancestor once again smashed the spear in his hand at Gu Fei's avatar of the Way. The spear turned into a dazzling divine light. It flashed through the void and pierced towards the forehead of Gu Fei's avatar of the Way. Collect! Gu Fei's avatar of the Way suddenly laughed. Then, he raised the ancient cauldron in his hand. A heaven-devouring power immediately surged out from the ancient cauldron. In the next moment, the entire world collapsed and was destroyed. The ancient cauldron swallowed everything. Even the Earth's spirit ancestor felt his body tighten. He was already enveloped by the devouring power from the ancient cauldron. This is... The Earth's spirit ancestor was shocked. He knew that the primordial spirit Tao treasure in his opponent's hand was definitely not cheap. At this moment, the Earth's spirit ancestor had no time to think about anything else. His entire body was glowing, especially the armor he was wearing. Boom! An unprecedentedly powerful divine power exploded from the Earth's spirit ancestor's armor. The 5 elements world that Gu Fei had conjured finally could not hold on any longer. It instantly collapsed in the void. The moment the 5 elements world collapsed, the destructive power exploded and destroyed everything. However, it could not destroy Gu Fei's avatar of the Way. Come in, all of you! Gu Fei's avatar raised the ancient cauldron in his hand again. Then, endless 5 elements essence chi frantically gathered towards the ancient cauldron in his hand. The ancient cauldron devoured it completely. What kind of joke is this? Seeing this, the Earth's spirit ancestor could not help but be astonished. This guy's primordial spirit Tao treasure was actually so heaven-defying. It was beyond his imagination. Haha, I will show you what it means to shake the world with a cauldron. Gu Fei's primordial spirit laughed out loud. The ancient cauldron in his hand flew up, and a powerful and vast aura spread out from the ancient cauldron. In the next moment, the entire void seemed to freeze. It was shocking. What? The moment the ancient cauldron flew up from Gu Fei's avatar's hand, the Earth's spirit ancestor felt his body tighten. It felt as if a mountain was suddenly pressing down on him. Bam! Gu Fei's primordial spirit took the opportunity to attack. He punched the Earth's spirit ancestor's chest, and a violent force exploded from his fist. The Earth's spirit ancestor was sent flying again. After flying for thousands of zhang, his divine body exploded with a boom and turned into a mist of blood. However, an attack of this level could not hurt the Earth's spirit ancestor at all. Sure enough, the blood mist moved very quickly. It gathered together and turned into a faint and illusory figure. The faint and illusory figure soon emitted a monstrous aura of qi and blood. One had to admit that the immortal, indestructible divine body that the Earth's spirit ancestor cultivated was really too heaven-defying. However, the situation was different this time. Just as the Earth's spirit ancestor recovered, Gu Fei's primordial spirit Taoist body had already arrived. Swoosh! Gu Fei's avatar raised the ancient cauldron in his hand and instantly sucked the Earth's spirit ancestor into the cauldron. Roar! Very quickly, a furious roar came from the ancient cauldron. The Earth's spirit ancestor was in big trouble inside the cauldron. I don't believe that I can't refine you to death this time. Gu Fei's avatar sat down in the void. Then, he used his mysterious technique and activated the power of the ancient cauldron to refine the Earth's spirit ancestor in the cauldron. Rumble! The sound of wind and thunder came from the ancient cauldron. A powerful aura was emitted from the cauldron. 9 extreme Tao patterns appeared on the cauldron. This ancient cauldron was the mountain and river cauldron. The Earth's spirit ancestor was sucked into this Tao tool and could never come out again. Of course, it was impossible for him to do it alone. If Gu Fei was willing to let him out, he could still come out, but was that possible? Surrender if you don't want to die, Gu Fei's avatar said. His will was transmitted directly into the mountain and river cauldron. Don't even think about it, the Earth's spirit ancestor replied stubbornly. Then go to hell. Gu Fei's avatar continued to activate the power of the mountain and river cauldron to suppress the Earth's spirit ancestor in the cauldron. The Earth's spirit ancestor seemed to have 2 choices. One was to surrender and become Gu Fei's servant like ancestor Yu Qiong of the deity race. The other path was death, an unyielding death. Gu Fei was decisive. As long as the Earth's spirit ancestor was unwilling to submit and become his servant, he would kill the Earth's spirit ancestor without hesitation. The Earth's spirit ancestor, who had been sucked into the mountain and river cauldron by Gu Fei's avatar, had lost his freedom. Even his life was under Gu Fei's control. At this time, even if the Earth's spirit ancestor had an indestructible divine body, it was not enough. Although Gu Fei could not deal with the Earth's spirit ancestor's indestructible divine body, it did not mean that the mountain and river cauldron could not. The mountain and river cauldron was a supreme Tao tool that could suppress the mountains and rivers of the world. If the mountain and river cauldron could not kill the Earth's spirit ancestor, then the Earth's spirit ancestor was really heaven-defying. Roar! Inside the mountain and river cauldron, a figure dashed left and right, trying to break out of this part of the world. However, he failed every time. This figure was the Earth's spirit ancestor. Damn it! The Earth's spirit primogenitor stopped. At this moment, he started to regret. He shouldn't have been so careless. To think that he was tricked by that fella. He was too confident, and even arrogant. He did not expect his opponent to have such a trick. The Earth's spirit primogenitor naturally knew where he was. This was the inner world of an extreme Tao artifact. He was no longer a true extreme Tao sovereign. Being trapped in this place, he could not rely on his own strength to escape. If you have the guts, come and fight me fair and square, the Earth's spirit ancestor roared angrily. He wanted to provoke Gu Fei so that he could come in and fight with him. Only then would he have a chance to escape from this place. However, no matter how the Earth's spirit ancestor scolded him, Gu Fei was not moved. This guy was already a prisoner, what right did he have to challenge him? At this moment, Gu Fei's primordial spirit Tao body had returned to his martial body. He stood up from the void with the mountain and river cauldron in his hand and smiled coldly. Although he said that he wanted to kill the Earth's spirit ancestor, he was probably the only one in the entire ancestral god realm who was as powerful as the Earth's spirit ancestor. If such a powerful existence could become his servant, it would definitely be a great thing for him. However, an existence like the Earth's spirit ancestor would not submit so easily. The Earth's spirit ancestor was not ancestor Yu Qiong. Gu Fei knew this very well. Rumble! Just as the Earth's spirit ancestor finished scolding Gu Fei, the world he was in suddenly shook. In the next moment, 9 streams of primordial chaos chi descended from the sky and turned into 9 divine chains that entangled the Earth's spirit ancestor. This is... Chapter 34:21. There was no more suspense in this battle. The Earth's spirit ancestor was sucked into the mountain and river cauldron by Gu Fei. Even if he had an indestructible body, he would not be able to escape from the mountain and river cauldron. One must know that even an extreme supreme would not be able to escape from the mountain and river cauldron easily. Moreover, the Earth Spirit Ancestor was not an extreme supreme. Just then, Gu Fei activated the chaotic primordial energy in the mountain and river cauldron. 9 chaotic primordial God chains shot out from the Earth Spirit Ancestor's head. The 9 chaotic primordial God chains shot towards the Earth Spirit Ancestor. Chaotic primordial energy? This time, the Earth Spirit Ancestor was shocked. At the same time, he knew that he was going to be unlucky. Chaotic primordial energy was the ancestral energy of the universe. Legend had it that everything in the universe evolved from chaotic primordial energy. That was why it was called chaotic primordial energy. Even during the era of the Earth Spirit Ancestor, it was difficult for the Earth Spirit Ancestor to obtain a wisp of primordial chaos chi, let alone other cultivators. But now, this extreme Tao artifact contained an extremely large amount of chaotic primordial energy. This was something that the Earth Spirit Ancestor would never have expected. Without any suspense, the 9 primordial chaotic chi wrapped around the Earth Spirit Ancestor's body in the mountain river cauldron without any hesitation. In the next moment, the Earth Spirit Ancestor was wrapped up by the 9 chaotic primordial God chains. The chains kept shrinking and the Earth Spirit Ancestor screamed in pain. Roar! The Earth Spirit Ancestor roared. He had no choice but to risk his life. He activated the power in his body in an attempt to break free from the 9 chaotic primordial energy. 9 extreme Tao patterns appeared on his body. Every Tao pattern released the dazzling power of the Great Path. However, no matter how the Earth Spirit Ancestor struggled, even if he used all of his strength, he still could not break free from the 9 chaotic primordial divine chains that were wrapped around him. Still not surrendering? Gu Fei's voice boomed down from the sky. Although it was not loud, the entire space shook because of his voice. His voice was loud, but in the Earth Spirit Ancestor's ears, it was more terrifying and shocking than thunder. Ha ha! Hearing Gu Fei's words, the Earth Spirit Ancestor laughed with disdain. Since that's the case, you can enjoy yourself here, Gu Fei said. The Earth Spirit Ancestor sneered but didn't say anything. The 9 divine chains formed from primal chaos grand mist energy began to emit sonorous clanging sounds. Each divine chain had faint Tao patterns that wove together. The primal chaos divine chains no longer tightened, but even so, they were still tightly wrapped around the Earth Spirit Ancestor's body, making it difficult for him to move. Let me out! The Earth Spirit Progenitor could no longer sit still. However, no one responded to the Earth Spirit Progenitor. Gu Fei did not kill him. Even in the entire ancestral god realm, experts at the level of the Earth Spirit Primogenitor were rare. If he killed him, it would be too much of a waste. Let's take down this guy's spirit first. At this moment, Gu Fei took a step forward and walked out of the battlefield. It's him, he actually came out. All the experts who saw Gu Fei walking out were dumbfounded. They couldn't believe their eyes. No one thought that Gu Fei would win, but Gu Fei still managed to defeat the Earth Spirit Ancestor in the end. This result made his reputation even more resounding. Just like that, the experts sent by the Earth Spirit race were annihilated. None of them returned. This was the result of being greedy. They actually wanted to take away the immortal medicine ridge that originally belonged to Tsang Quebec. Who knew that Tsinke actually had an unimaginably powerful existence guarding him? After seeing that the person who walked out of the chaos was actually Gu Fei, many experts crushed the teleportation talismans in their hands and disappeared into the void. The deity race's young master, in particular, fled at the first instance. Looking at the figure that walked out of the chaos step by step, everyone was indescribably shocked. The battle at the Immortal Medicine Ridge ended with Gu Fei's victory. The cultivators who were watching the battle in the nearby regions immediately retreated. No one dared to look down on Tsung Ke and the others anymore. The happiest person was naturally Tsung Ke now that the Immortal Medicine Ridge had been taken back. One must know that the number of spiritual herbs growing on the immortal medicine ridge was definitely the highest in the ancestral god realm's eastern continent. This was a treasure vault. With the immortal medicine ridge as a treasure vault, Sankei could use the help of spiritual herbs to nurture a batch of experts in a short period of time. After defeating the Earth Spirit ancestor, Gu Fei returned to the chaotic Golden Rock race's ancestral land. At this moment, he received news that the immortal tree that escaped from the ancestral land had appeared in a dangerous place in the eastern continent. Immortal tree! Gu Fei quickly gathered his subordinates and set off for the dangerous place in the eastern continent. Several hours later, they arrived at the outer region of the dangerous place. They landed on the peak of a huge mountain. In the next moment, a chilling aura surged from the front. What? Gu Fei looked forward and activated his martial path heavenly eye. He saw a strong deathly aura in front of him. Yes, it was not demonic aura, but deathly aura. It was definitely unusual to be able to gather such a strong deathly aura. That's... Just when Gu Fei was in shock, he suddenly saw a figure flash past the deathly aura in front of him. Immortal tree? Gu Fei's face became even more solemn. He thought for a while, then a figure rushed out from his body and turned into another Gu Fei. The demon god and the others who were standing behind Gu Fei were stunned. Master was going to use his doppelganger again? Swoosh! Gu Fei's doppelganger took a step forward and disappeared into the void. It was so fast that everyone was shocked. This is the place where the supreme god ancestor died? Gu Fei muttered to himself. Master, there was indeed a great battle here. The traces of that battle can still be seen even now, the demon god said. I'm afraid something ominous will happen in the supreme god ancestor's place. No one knows if this kind of ominous thing will happen, Sankei said worriedly. Although he had just taken back the immortal medicine ridge, he had to follow Gu Fei to the place where the supreme god ancestor died. He was once a supreme god ancestor, so he naturally knew everything about supreme god ancestor. Even if the supreme god ancestor died, his body would be indestructible and would exist forever. However, the immortal body of the supreme god ancestor might turn into a corpse after a long time. Once it happened, it would definitely be an earth-shattering event. What? The demon divine Venerable was taken aback. With his cultivation level, he naturally knew a lot of secrets, but no one knew about the dangers in the place where the supreme expert died. That was because most people would never come out after entering. Although Gu Fei was strong, he was not a supreme god and could not defeat all his enemies. Therefore, he was still in danger. Soon Gu Fei's doppelganger returned. Gu Fei's doppelganger directly entered his body and disappeared from everyone's sight. The immortal tree is indeed in there. There are also experts from the Golden Crow clan in there, Gu Fei said. What? Everyone was shocked when they heard that. The Golden Crow clan also appeared in the Supreme God Ancestor's place? How was that possible? Could it be that the Golden Crow clan built a secret stronghold in the Supreme God Ancestor's place? That was highly possible because the Golden Crow clan was one of the four most powerful clans in the East Continent. Moreover, building a stronghold in the Supreme God Ancestor's place could fool everyone. No one would think that someone would build a stronghold in a dangerous place. Even quasi-supremes or existences like Sankei would have a hard time dealing with the dangers of a dangerous place. A moment of carelessness would result in death. It was obvious that the Immortal Tree and the Golden Crow clan would not appear in the Supreme God Ancestor's place for no reason. Who's willing to go in with me? Gu Fei glanced at the crowd and said indifferently. Everyone was hesitant. One had to know that the Supreme God Ancestor's place was no laughing matter. Their bodies and souls would be destroyed in minutes if they were to touch anything. I'm willing to go with Master. Ancestor Yuqiong stepped forward. There was no turning back for him. The deity clan had definitely removed him from the list. He only had one choice, to follow Gu Fei. Soon, the demon god also stepped forward, followed by Sankei and the 3 stone demons. Very well! Gu Fei nodded and did not say anything else. In the next moment, he began to walk forward. With a single step, he instantly appeared 1,000 meters away. The crowd looked at each other, then braced themselves and followed behind Gu Fei. The closer they got to the dangerous place, the stronger the Yin Qi became. Soon, they saw a mountain covered with ice and snow. However, the mountain was surrounded by the death Qi and emitted a terrifying aura. "What's going on? Why is it so cold?" Yu Qiong could not help but ask. Among the crowd, his cultivation was the lowest. The Yin Qi in front of him was difficult for him to bear. His blood and Qi were about to freeze. "Because the Supreme God Ancestor who died here was called Tai Yin Ancestor God," Song Ke said. "Tai Yin Ancestor?" The crowd was stunned. Gu Fei did not know anything about the ancestral god realm, especially what happened in the ancient times. However, it did not mean that Sun Ke and the demon god did not know. They continued to move forward, but at a much slower speed. Gu Fei found that there were countless bones scattered on the ground. Some of the bones were as black as jade. Black bone, this was the unique bone body of the demon race.